Okay, guys, let's do this. Restore. Save number 6. Now, somebody that was in the chat before said that we can only have 50 saves. So he's played this before. He knows a lot about this game. That's really cool. So I will try not to save too much. Oh, so only in pots do you have those? That makes sense. Yeah, only 50. You'd be surprised, Cantel. I definitely need a lot of saves. So right now, this is actually kind of like an avatar for the character. She's in like this computer world, and she's trying to... Let me get out of here real quick to give you guys some context, because that's kind of a weird spot to start. So here's our character. Gosh, what is her name? I wish I could remember her name. She has like Latha or something. She has a very interesting name. But so she has been captured by CEL, basically, and she's locked in this waiting room. She's not arrested, but she's kind of being detained. She wants to get out of here because the police officer blew up her apartment. So in order to do so, we need this guy's help. But he's stuck here, kind of in the fetal position, not able to do anything. So we need to hack into him, basically, and try to get his help. Supposedly, he can open up this air vent. And see, you played the part I always remember the most. Yes, the bit about the Vanderwalls. So I really love that Vanderwall scene. That was cool. Oh my, yes. All right, so let's, we can't talk to him. If I try to talk to him...
Hello?
He doesn't respond.
Huh. Guess he doesn't feel like talking.
So this is when we go into our trance mode. That's what they call it when you go to the digital world.
This will open an individual's mind to the trance and load their mind-machine interface's hub.
Yeah, what she said. Oh, how did you... I think that's how they say it. Vanderwall? I think that's how they said it in the game. That's one nice thing about having voice acting, is I just say it how they say it. Ooh, another cool thing about it that you might not know. Tiny, they're wrong. Oh, thank you, Max. I totally forgot to hide those guys. So from here, we can then jump into this connection to the info wall. But wait, how do I... Oh, I forgot. I have to use our computer directly on him. Oh, did you tell me? Sorry, I missed that, Relentless. There's so much going on. Again. Now, did you guys see this right now? Relentless just said in favor of Max. And then in the next sentence, she said again. When she did that, her little GameCube controller disappeared on my screen. Is that a bug? Or does that mean that Relentless's subscription just expired right then? I'm not sure. Because I'm never sure. Is that my side? Does everybody see that? I don't know. I think it's a bug, because it seems to come back again without like a resub. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Okay, so let's use our wetware. Wetware is this weird digital computer putty, I guess you would call it. And I can use that to connect to other computers. Oh, it says... Oh, it's already established. Okay, we've already done that. So we go back in here. Oh, and can't tell. So the interesting thing is it tends to have multiple puzzle solutions. Probably not for every puzzle, but for some. Yes, so even in this scene, there was a few puzzles that I did that somebody told me, oh, you also could have done this. I'm like, oh, that's pretty clever. I like that. Oh, that's right. It's hidden right behind our character. That's why I didn't see it. It glitches all the time. Okay, at least it's not just me. And now Relentless's GameCube controller came back. It's so weird. Alright, so this is where we left off. I just kind of wanted to give you guys context of what's happening. Why are we in this weird post-apocalyptic thing? It's kind of like this guy's mind, I think. So there's this weird fake caricature of him, and this is the real guy.
All glory to the greater Han Republic. The labors of Han will overcome all obstacles.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, let's talk to him again.
Hi, guy.
Hey there.
Hello.
She wasn't talking to you.
It's true. Okay, you look stuck.
You alright?
Oh yeah, just peachy. Well, I would be if that imposter would go away.
I am not an imposter. I am the real.
Host name.
Host name, I like that. How did this happen?
How'd you wind up like this?
Well, you know that urban myth about the human resources Trojan?
The one that makes you move to China and join a factory collective?
Ooh.
Turns out, it's not a myth. If I'm correct, CEL have brought me in for treatment.
That's a good thing, right?
Well, duh. I don't want to work in a Han factory.
All glory to the greater Han Republic.
Shut up!
When he said, like, my address is 5544344434, it's like, is that really your IP address? What's funny, when he said, like, oh, it's like something that makes you, you know, go to this, like, Chinese republic and whatnot, that's like, you mean TikTok? Didn't TikTok get in trouble for, like, sending information to China or something like that? I hear everything about it being banned and, like, blocked and stuff. Hello, dear email address that's not my name. I hate that. Like, that's the easiest way to tell something's spam. And it snoops on your clipboard. Oh, geez. Yeah, I know this is definitely pre-TikTok. It's just kind of funny, the correlation you can make. So Jincel told me to see you. Now, Jincel is another character that we found in this digital world that knows a lot of what's going on, but she's trying to help us. She's like another hacker, and she's trying to help us get out of here.
Jinsel says hi.
Oh, does she? Tell her she owes me double for this one. I lost touch with her hours ago.
She says you know a way out of here?
Well, sure. It's even easier when Central's down. Of course, I'm gonna need something from you.
Wait, post-TikTok? Because late 2000s. Wait, what was TikTok in the early 2000s? I don't think I know that one. Was it the same website, just came back, or is this something unrelated? And your mom gets spam emails that are hot women asking for sex because the emails assume she's a man, or assumes, you know, she swings the other way as well. And you had a kid message you in Team Fortress 2 once to tell you about your IP, but then he said it was, oh, just that generic IP address, Nate. Oh, was it musical.ly before it got acquired? It's like Justin.tv, and now it's Twitch. Oh, when the game is set, like the time frame. That makes sense, can't tell. Okay, who's the other guy? Yeah, what is this weird facsimile of you?
What's with Pinocchio?
It's a disguise. Normally, by this stage, the Trojan is in control of its host motor functions. It makes a really clumsy mind state echo of the host and uses it to try to make a convincing flight to Greater Han.
He didn't look like he's in control in meat space.
Peace, bread, and work in the greater Han Republic.
It's kind of a stalemate at the moment.
He's taken to bombarding you with propaganda instead?
It thinks it can wear me down.
Long life and prosperity to our beloved land of greater Han.
And Kellyanne, how is it going? Welcome. It's good to see you. Happy Saturday. Yeah, listen up. Gender is canceled. Let's see. Can we cancel it when my turn is over? No. So what are you doing here?
So, why are you in a cell in CEL
Good question.
with a broken Trojan in your head?
I'm acting as a relay for pirated connections into CEL.
That sounds dangerous.
Pays good, though.
Money is the yoke of capitalism.
Thing is, it's been harder and harder to get into CEL HQ.
So you infected yourself with this?
They have to bring in someone with something like this. Even if they can't treat it, they can at least quarantine.
Giving you an ideal spot to relay signals through your neural wiring.
Exactly.
Question. Is funny thing here? Or can anybody else read Chinese? Because it looks like there's some probably Chinese propaganda up here on the wall. I can't read it. I'm curious what it says. So what do you want?
Fine. What is it you want?
Whoa.
I need an edge to help me get rid of the chatterbox. For that, I need epinephrine. See if you can get them to bring any in.
And if they don't?
You look clever. You can probably find a way to make it.
Substance abuse is the curse of the working classes.
I have to talk about Emily Axford. What's Emily Axford? Or who's Emily Axford? Just try a summoning spell. It's like when I wash my car. It's going to summon the rain. Why epinephrine?
Why do you want this stuff?
What is epinephrine?
The people here don't exactly know what they're doing. CEL's treatment might work, or I might walk out of here and straight to Greater Han. The epinephrine will give me enough of a boost to make sure it's me who wins the battle.
We must persevere in the great revolutionary struggle.
Plus, it's the kind of thing that most chemical synthesizers can make.
Wait, like a food machine?
Probably.
There we go. So we might be able to get some stuff out of the food machine to mix and make this.
Don't go anywhere.
Ha, you're funny.
Oh, cool. We can look at the data. I was like, I need more information on what epinephrine is. So let's take a look at this. the .mol file is representing 4,5-beta trihydroxy in, oh gosh, is that methylphenamine or epinephrine? Okay. While there isn't anything you can do with it yourself, there may be another system that is compatible. Okay, so we probably have to connect this into the food machine, maybe. Is it seizure medicine? The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. Oh, so she does some of those D&D shows, Tiny. And Happy Thing and I have one thing in common. Your guys' love for her. That's awesome. Oh, EpiPen. That makes sense, yeah. Adrenaline. Oh. Has anybody ever had to get adrenaline for anything? I have not. The thing that always pops into my mind is that iconic scene from Pulp Fiction when the girl has that overdose from cocaine and she's on the ground, and I want to say it was John Travolta takes that big syringe of adrenaline and just pierces her heart, basically, and just, take this. All right, so let's see if we can connect this to the food machine. I mean, that's... Did you have to take it, Can't Tell? I wonder. Tuesday, thank you for the host. If you had to take the EpiPen as part of the training, kind of like how police have to get tased as part of their training, I guess it counts.
I can't just upload it onto the machine. I can't make a connection with it. I need to get inside it to get to its memory.
Okay, so I'm guessing we need to go here in the trance world and then try to connect it directly there. And Tuesday, what's going on, Tuesday? It's good to see you. Happy Sabbath day. So mostly seem to consist of, when in doubt, stab them in the thigh with it. Don't worry if it looks like it'll hurt. It's hell of a training, isn't it? Yeah, if it hurts, it's working. All right, let's take this epinephrine and try to connect it to the info wall.
I don't think this can store it.
Wait, the info wall? That's not the food machine. What was the info wall again? Oh, that's back here. That's right. Okay. This is where we talked to that other hacker. Now it's starting to come back to me. It was very late at night when we finished the last stream. Like, beyond when I probably should have been playing, but man, I was having fun. Okay, so I think we need to actually try to connect to the food machine first. We're not getting any more of THE? Oh, hopefully. Nate loves that character. I think that's Nate's favorite character in the game so far. Sheffy? Okay, so let's try to connect the wetware with the food machine.
Either it's got some pretty tough shielding, or it's too old to be compatible.
Oh, I think
From
we
the
tried
look
that
of it,
before.
I'd say the second one.
Poor Nate.
It won't bring up the menu. The insert coin message on the screen is in the way.
So we do have some food. It's a thick brown mash that probably contains the bare minimum of what the human body needs.
I don't know how.
We do have tokens. I forgot that the guy gave us tokens, so let's insert one.
Ugh, how much of this slop do I want in my pockets?
Oh, I guess we can only get more of the same stuff. How are we going to interface with this? Let's see. Helping is fun. She was so funny. I loved it. Hey, you broke 2K, Tiny. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much that, and it won't actually do them harm, but not acting but not acting can cause a lot of harm. That's true, Cantel. Like, if you just thought maybe I shouldn't do this and it killed him, that'd be terrible, right? Okay, let me talk to him. I think I need some more information.
Hello?
Or maybe we should talk to the other helper. She might have some more info on it. I kind of feel like her game is way more in-depth than the police officers because he doesn't have any kind of cybernetic engineering. He can't go to this kind of world.
No doubt about it. This is the one who spoke to me.
I want to talk to
I've
the
got
hacker.
a question.
Yes.
Oh, all we can do is ask her about that. Dang it.
Thanks.
F1.
I was hoping we can get some more information about this. Can I use it on her?
I don't think this can store it.
Nope. And there's really nothing to connect to in here because this is not real. By the time you have 4K, I will have raised the price to 12. I mean, what do you guys think of the price? Is 4K too obnoxious, or do you think it's going to be okay with where we're at right now? Because honestly, it's going to have to raise over time just based on the size of the community. Because the lower it is, the more often people can reach whatever the threshold is, the more often people are going to be requesting games. I may never be able to request a game. 4K is old news. 8K is where it is now. Gosh, 8K seems like a pipe dream right now, as far as like video games and stuff. But I think right now at 4K, we probably have, what, 3 people that can request a game right now, I think? 2 or 3? And then in probably like another couple months, a few people will have reached 4K. So I think right now we're at a pretty good limit. And from what I can tell, there's 4 that can redeem right now. See, then that's kind of where I kind of want it, is not to have a ton of people that can do it at once. We could do a cooldown. That's true, Cantel. Yeah, it's 4K right now, Therapy. And Tajay, it's my streams and my money buying the game, so what matters is what you think is right. It's more of, and I kind of want just a balance, where it doesn't seem unattainable, but it also seems like we won't have... I think what I was ideally going for is if everybody requested the game as soon as they could, we could have maybe 1 user request a month, maybe 2 user requests a month, but that would still give me enough time to play games that I had in my backlog that I really wanted to share. Kind of like a good balance, you know? Like maybe for every 2 or 3 games I pick, you guys are able to pick one, you know? I don't know, Tiny, you've been doing pretty good. You've been, like, recently especially, you've been climbing up pretty quick. Alright, so let me see if I can talk to him again. I need some more information about how to do this.
Hey there.
Hello.
She wasn't talking to you.
All we can do is ask why.
Why do you want this stuff?
The people here don't exactly know what they're doing. Cell's treatment might work, or I might walk out of here and straight to Greater Han.
I think we might have to talk to the
epinephrine
police.
will give me enough of a boost to make sure it's me who wins the battle.
We must persevere in the great revolutionary struggle.
Plus, it's the kind of thing that most chemical synthesizers can make.
Wait, like a food machine?
Probably.
Yeah, so the food machine I think is the tip.
Don't go anywhere.
Ha, you're funny.
But let me try talking to that guy again. Maybe we can ask the police to help open up the food machine so we can actually connect to it. I don't know. And can't tell. You generally miss 2 out of 3 streams, so I'll creep up slowly, living the archive life. I will say, Cantel, I was blown away looking at Twitch stats. I can look at like how many minutes people have watched the VODs for, and it tells me how many views. Like I'll see some of my VODs have like 4 or 5 views, some have like over 20, you know, which is I think really cool. But I looked at the minutes, and on average, it seems like it's between 3,000 and 4,000 minutes a month are watched. And 1 month, it was like over 10,000. I was like, holy cow, that is amazing. Yeah, the interaction's the toughest part. It's good to catch up on story so that you kind of know where you're at, which is important for this stream because we generally play story-focused games. You know, if I was playing nothing but like Fortnite or something, you would never have a reason to go back and watch a VOD unless something went viral, like something crazy happened. Maybe Jesse jumped on my head and knocked me off the chair or something. But other than that, why would you really watch a VOD for that? But for story VODs, I can understand, just so you kind of know where you're at and you know where us as a community is at in the game. All right, so let me see if I can I call him again? Oh, I don't even know if we can talk to this guy again because we blocked the camera. He used to contact me with the camera. Maybe we can contact him through the screen. Oh, here we go.
Hi there. How can I help?
Can I speak to you?
Sure. Just a second.
All right, this might help us.
Hey, listen!
Ooh, we're getting... Are they trying to give me a tip? Whenever I hear that, I think of giving Link some tips. Like, hey, did you know you can open doors? Okay, so he needs treatment. Okay, maybe we can get the stuff from him.
The guy in the bed? I know what's wrong with him. He's contracted a human resources Trojan.
How would you know this? Have you been trancing with him? Because then we might have to quarantine you as well.
Uh-oh.
No, I had a friend come down with it.
Okay, then. I can get something to help.
Nice. Okay, this is good.
Unfortunately, I can only try to stabilize him for now. We have to wait for a specialist before we can try anything stronger.
Hopefully it's enough. What did that do? He just kind of waved something around. Ooh, am I supposed
Looks
to...
like it's full of medical stuff.
Nice,
Hey,
alright.
what are
we
you
just
doing
jacked
to
some
that
stuff.
drone?
I was just checking out the hardware. It's
Nice.
quite some gear you guys have.
I've done all I can for the moment. Let me know if he gets any worse, okay?
I was like, what is he doing? But that was just our chance to steal some stuff. Rosangela style. Open doors and always pay for the bill. It reminds me of Bug's Life, and you used to have as a kid, is that the game? Where you had a Navi-like character helping you, and it was annoying as hell. That was on PlayStation, wasn't it? Like the original PlayStation? I've never played it, Relentless, but I think I've seen some videos on it. Loud stage whisper. Looks like it contains medical gear. Okay, so what do we have here? We got the injector. It's a hypodermic injector gun. Doesn't look like it's loaded with anything. Okay, so now we need to make the stuff and put it in there. And we also have a scalpel. Uh-oh. A stainless steel monomolecular surgeon scalpel. It looks very expensive and brand new. Okay, so what are we going to have to cut open here? We can't get anything else from the food machine. We can get water.
What? Drink straight from it?
28 stab wounds.
With the scalpel. We did burn some stuff in the trash can,
A
remember?
stainless steel trash can. They probably go through everything gas they're out.
I wonder, can we get the ashes from there?
Huh? Fixed to the floor.
No, I guess not. Okay, there's this broken light up here. We could use that to maybe cook something if we had to. We lit paper on fire earlier. So we have the data for epinephrine.
It's not compatible with data like that.
We can't just connect it to there. So right now, Phantasma, and welcome. Did I say hi to you? I think I missed you, Phantasma. I'm so sorry. How's it going, Phantasma? And Janie. How's it going, Janie? So right now, this person over here that's kind of, looks like they're having some health problems, let's say. We're trying to get into his mind and help him out so he can get out of this state and help us open up this air vent. To do that, we need to make basically an EpiPen, get him some epinephrine. We have an injector, but we need to figure out how to make it. And we're trying to find Babylon. Oh, you ordered a shirt that has a raccoon on it that says, "Be gay, do crime." And I thought you'd appreciate that. Nice. What is that trying to say about all gay people, though? Are you guys all criminals? Is there something I don't know? Let's see here. Can we shove the food in the injector?
I can't use it like that.
No. Don't blow our cover. He's infected with malware. There we go. Thank you, Cantel. That makes him want to move to the Greater Han Republic, which is China, basically. Well, now that we've got the injector, maybe let's try talking to him some more. Let's go back to the trance world. So this is like the computer world. Basically like going online. So now we're in Discord. We're going to go in here to his chat channel to talk to him. I'm trying to get dirt for the CIA. Ooh, nice.
Better be careful what I touch. Anything could be a carrier from malware in here. Hi, guy.
Hey there.
Hello.
She wasn't talking to you.
Every time. I love it. Looks like we can't ask him anything else.
Don't go anywhere.
Huh. You're funny.
Can we use this on him directly?
I don't think this can store it.
No. Okay, so I think I'm missing something simple about what we need to use with this epinephrine data, basically. We can't combine it with our wetware, can we? It's not compatible. You are unable to form a connection. Okay. And I can't use it on the food machine.
I can't just upload it onto the... I need to get inside it.
Wait.
It won't bring up the menu.
Oh, we need to get inside the food machine. Okay, so now can we use our scalpel to maybe pry this thing open?
Wow, this is some really old hardware.
There we
It's going
go.
to need some upgrading if I want to make it produce anything complex.
Okay, now that we've done that, oh, we have an optical module. We just got new things and a memory block.
A standard 1 terabyte memory block. This was apparently the only recipe available to CEL's food machine.
1 terabyte? Now that sounds like a decent amount of memory, right? Like that would be a very, very expensive memory stick right now. They exist, but they're very expensive. But 1 terabyte in like 60 years? What is this? This takes place in 2087, so almost 70 years. Would that be really small, 1 terabyte? I would hope so. You would hope 1 terabyte would be like a, I don't know, a 1 gigabyte memory stick or something. Pretty obnoxiously small, which is supposed to be old, so that makes sense. And what else is this? An optical module?
Looks like they cut costs by only giving the module a tiny lens. I'm going to need to find something bigger in order to produce anything more complex.
Wait, what are we trying to produce with this? And it still won't run Crisis. Dang it. Let me see if I can load this directly in the memory module. Hey, Skywalker. What's up, buddy? Hey, it's good to see you. Happy Sabbath. Ah, that worked. Okay, so we've installed the memory into the module, the epinephrine. Let's try connecting this back to the food machine.
I hope it understands its new orders.
Now, we are going to use our wetware to interface with the food machine.
Either it's got some pretty tough shielding, or it's too old to be compatible. From the look of it, I'd say the second one.
Okay, we still can't do that, so I guess let's just try to ask it for food, and maybe it'll use that as an order.
I've already removed what I can.
Well, now I just want to...
Now I know what the inside of an
it.
auto meal looks like.
Wait, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to put this back in there?
I can't just put it back. I haven't done anything to it yet.
Optical
the optics aren't
module.
sensitive enough to construct molecules like that.
Okay, so we have to upgrade this optical sensor to make what we need, I think. Are we going to modify this?
That isn't an upgrade it needs. As cool as it is, I don't think I can augment it any further.
We interface it with the wetware? It isn't compatible with the wetware. You are unable to form a connection. Okay.
That isn't an upgrade it needs. That isn't an upgrade it needs.
You can tell I'm brute forcing this. I'm not sure what they're asking me to do with this. Oh, maybe do we need something from the light? A Switch E sale. Oh, I'm doing really good, Skywalker. How you doing? I'm just so happy it's the weekend. You know, I had yesterday off, which was very nice, but now Andy has the day off too. I hate that sales happen when I'm out of money every time. It's just like clockwork, isn't it? At Nintendo, they always seem to have the worst sales, don't they? I see deals on Switch games, and it's like, oh, you can get this game from 5 years ago for $40. And I'm like, what? Come again? I bought that on Steam for like $5 last month. What are you talking about, $40? Maybe we need to connect it to this broken light?
That isn't a...
No. Maybe we need to get something from the screen. It's the use everything on everything part of the game. Which, I mean, to be honest, can't tell that happens to me at least once a scene. Not once a stream, once a scene. Okay, let's, can we pry open the screen?
That doesn't need surgery.
Maybe.
I don't think I can...
Just seeing what I can open up. I feel like
Prying
we need...
it open with a fork won't help.
I feel like we need more parts for that,
I don't think...
optical lens. Oh, from the camera. Maybe we can steal something from the camera.
I could probably pop it open if I could reach it properly.
Yes. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to pull the table. You know what a big part of the tricky things in these type of games are? Just understanding what you can do. Like, sometimes I take my history from other games, but they add new mechanics that you don't even think about. So, like, sometimes I'm just bashing my head on the wall. I'm like, hold on a second, I can use my phone to do this, or some new thing, you know? Luckily, a mouse you've been looking for is going to go on sale at the end of the month, and you're getting money on the 3rd. Oh, perfect, Max. Yeah, I really like my mouse, but I have all kinds of problems with it. Like, it's super comfortable, it's very responsive, but I have one button that seems to go off on its own every once in a while. It's like the back button. And then sometimes the left click double clicks. So I should probably contact Logitech and get a replacement. I just haven't done it yet. It might even be too late. I might just have to buy a new one.
I can't reach it from here.
What are you talking about? You're right there.
I think it looks better with...
Get off the table. Can I pull it further over? Oh, we can. We can pull it again. Okay. There we go. And you remember when you first play Day of the Tentacle, Cantel, you have this period of adjustment where you acclimate to the fact that puzzles involve the game's time mechanics. Yes, and also it was really cool playing as different characters for the same puzzle where they have to interact with each other and hand items off, you know? I really like that. That was a tricky game. Okay, let's try our fork again on the camera.
I'm going to need something more precise to get it open.
Never
Otherwise,
mind.
I might as well just smash the whole thing.
I meant we're going to use the scalpel. Yeah,
This might be useful.
I played that game for the first time, Cantel, only like 3 years ago or something, but I really enjoyed it. Okay, so now we got... Where is this? A bigger lens. A really high-grade lens. You'd better be careful not to get fingerprints on it. So let's combine this with the optical module.
I've upgraded the optical component with the camera's super-powered lens.
Now, let's see, we're going to put that back in the food machine. Now it should be able to make what we want.
There. It should be a lot more sensitive with that now.
Luckily,
Let's see what it can do now.
they don't hear me moving this table around because they can't see because we've disassembled the camera. But before we put some junk on it so they couldn't see it, they don't seem to care. Oh, you're loving that new hook and clamp, Janie? Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully your parents aren't too upset that you got that. Hopefully that's water under the bridge. Oh, you're getting a new phone on Wednesday. Which phone are you getting, Relentless? Let's see, the most nonsensical puzzle you ever did in a game was the monkey wrench from the Monkey Island games, since I didn't know what a monkey wrench was. That's true. A lot of those things, especially like non-US citizens, or if you're just unfamiliar with the saying, those can be kind of unfair, you know? I've never played the game, but I think the worst puzzle in a game I've ever heard of was from Gabriel Knight 3, which I will probably stream at some point, to be honest. It's probably the worst of the games from what I've heard, but it's not supposed to be too bad. But it has this puzzle where you are trying to look like another character, and you have to disguise yourself. So what you do, apparently, is you take some like sticky like fly trap paper, you put it on a floor, I think in front of like a mouse hole or something. And what you do, I think, is you have to get this mouse to like scurry across, which causes this cat to chase it. The cat runs over the fly paper. Some of the cat's hair comes off on the fly paper. You take the hair from the cat, you put it on your lip so it looks like you have a mustache, so you can look like this other character. The worst part is the character you're trying to look like doesn't even have a mustache. Like, the whole puzzle just doesn't make sense from the things I've seen. I'm excited to try it out. Luckily, I kind of know the puzzle mechanics, so we can do it when we do stream it, even though it won't make any sense. I kind of know how the gist of it. It's like notoriously one of the worst puzzles ever. And Relentless, you're getting a Galaxy A41. Nothing super fancy, but it's much better than your current phone. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so now that we've upgraded the food machine, I guess oh, we have to use a coin. Yeah, let's go ahead and put a coin in there.
It didn't sound like the machine enjoyed that. At least it managed to make me a cartridge of epinephrine.
Sweet. Okay, we're making good progress. Let's load the cartridge into the injector.
The cartridge is mounted in the ejector.
Now let's go ahead and inject him. Let me know if I'm doing this right, Cantel.
Now let's see if he holds up his end of the bargain.
Georgie's barking at something. I think I heard a neighbor close a door. So now we need to go back to the trance. Are you going to upgrade your phone too, Tiny? Just trying to hold off until they get the unemployment benefits? I've heard they're turning those off here in the States pretty soon, which is going to be really scary for a lot of people. Okay, we have to go to this one. I thought they said at the end of the month or something they're wrapping up. Maybe it's already happened. I'm not sure. Where did the guy go? Oh, because we gave him the injection, that fake Trojan is gone.
Feeling better?
A whole lot, thanks. I managed to get rid of the knockoff. Give me a few hours. I'll be out of the wall and can help you leave.
I haven't got a few hours. What can you do now?
From here? Not much, but I could give you some options.
I need more than helpful suggestions.
I've got control of one of the utility drones.
Nice.
I use them for moving Kid around the building.
I might be able to escape if I was better equipped.
Atta girl. I've sent you the link to the drone. She'll be in your hub.
Oh, so now we have to go back to ours to access this drone. Thankfully, they'd never do that there. It'd be inhuman. You know, money is such a weird concept. Like, it's really just like this weird made-up... I mean... I just created money. I created currency for the channel. That's kind of like what money is. Now, of course, with inflation and all that, things get weird, but it's like... I don't know. It's kind of funny how... like everybody can be in trouble, like struggling money-wise, when really it's just like this weird concept that the government can just create more of at any time they need to, you know? It's a bizarre situation, but boom, I just created money. Okay, let's go back here. So it should be in our main hub now. There it is. It has a lock on it though, security systems. Is that supposed to be it? No, this is the door, isn't it? Maybe this is the drone. Oh, we can see out of this camera now. This is the autopsy room. That's the thing, is money is dumb. It's not the most important thing in the world, but you need it to live, which is bummer. It got some bad lag with that jump. I know, it's so tricky, isn't it, Cantel? Okay, so what do we need in this autopsy room? Screens full of medical data. Even if the drone's optics had a high enough resolution for you to read them, you're certain they'd make no sense to you. Screens full of medical data. Even if the drone's optics had a high enough resolution for you to read them, you're certain they'd make no sense to you. Somebody get it yet? Did anybody get it? I don't think anybody got that token. All right, let me drop one more. You guys get another chance. Let's check out the hologram. It's just way too laggy, huh? The projection continues to flicker. Nice, Nate. There we go. Good catch, dude. Apparently your drone has no way to engage with it. Okay, so the drone can actually kind of interact with some of this stuff. Oh, we're this little drone right here, I think. Can we leave the room? Oh, yeah. So we're controlling the drone, not the camera. We can just use the camera to see where it is. Oh, this is cool. Let's try going in this office. Ooh, can we turn on the maid and make it go ballistic and start tearing people apart? To help them? The synthetic is offline. The drone can't establish a data connection with it. Oh, dang it. Alright. I can't go back to my murderous tendencies. Not yet, anyway. It'd be the opportunity of a lifetime to go through a CEL agent's terminal. All of the dirt you could dig up. The drone doesn't seem to have any means to access, unfortunately. Dang it. Sheffy is the best character. Sheffy is kind of a, what would you call it? A controversial character in this stream. Not everybody likes Sheffy. And Tuesday, you're worried about the ending of the benefits, but that extra $600 only from what I understand, which means I'm back to like $100 a week. Oh no, Tuesday. Which sucks because I cannot work until my mother's doctor and father's doctor okays it. Wait, is this because your mom and dad's doctor are I guess, are they like immunocompromised or something? Or are they trying to like get over something? That's a scary situation. Sheffy is the source of all nightmares. You saw in the archive, Cantel? Okay, you knew the backstory. Alright, what else can we connect to here? This room might not have anything. Oh, I think they screwed up here, guys. When I click on these screens, it says you've already set up the preferences how you like them. They're not our preferences. We're playing a different character. That's what it should be saying for the CEL agent, not for who we are right now. Which, can anybody remember the characters' names? Maybe you can't tell. They completely escaped me. I think it's like Lasha is the girl's name, and the CEL officer is... Oh, I can't think of it. Regis! Thank you, Cantel. Regis, yeah. And Max? I think Max was his assistant, or not assistant, partner. Latha Sesame. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. So this office is locked. Apparently the agent's following the security procedures manual. Dang it. Okay, we can't get in there. But we should... Oh, here's this police officer, Corpsman... Corpsman? I thought that'd be a Corman. Corman Quince is blocking the door. That's weird. It looks like people just came out of that room, but that's where we are. He doesn't appear to notice your drone. No wonder there are so many of them roaming the cell. Can we just go in the waiting room? Sweet. Okay. Now we should be able to interface it with it directly. So let's get out of here. Now what are we going to do with this? Do we need to get more stuff out of it?
Please do not interrupt active drone.
You won't sit still long enough to get it open.
Dang it. Okay. Ooh, let's put some food on the ground.
I can't use it like that.
I was gonna say maybe we can get it stuck. I can't really do that. What else could we do here? Let's wrap it up in a sheet.
Come on, shoo!
Warning, power contact lost.
Oh, so it gets power from the floor. Almost like a, what are those called? Like, have you guys ever done bumper cars where it uses like the electricity from the ceiling to kind of move it around and whatnot? It's getting that from the floor, so as soon as it gets on carpet, it dies. Yeah, John, don't disturb it. Oh, we're gonna disturb the heck out of it.
This might be useful.
What do we just take? Cutting laser. Ooh. A cutting laser, the kind CEL search and rescue would use in emergencies. Okay, so we should be able to use this on the grate, maybe. You got approached as a sugar baby? Should I do it? Wait, what does that mean? I've heard the term sugar daddy or sugar mama, I guess. What's sugar baby? Is that kind of the same thing? I need more context. Oh, we probably need to move the table over. Oh, it's the person that gets the money. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I always thought of that as gold digger, but that's more just somebody trying to be in a relationship for money, I guess. Like, that's the only reason, not straight up sugar daddy status. I mean, it's probably like a thin line, I guess. Tomato, tomato, almost. All right, let's do this. Try to cut the vent. Thank goodness nobody hears any of this. That vent looks huge. Oh gosh, I made some noise. All right, we are out. Germination 101. Meanwhile,
Ahem.
who are these people?
Dr. Lau, you have a visitor.
She's sleeping at her computer.
Oh,
Good evening, Dr. Lau.
hello. And you are... Surely you recognize him.
I like Dr. Lau. She seems cool. Tiny. Or Nate. Personally, I'd say yes, because I love money. I mean, I guess it depends on what they want you to do, right? Oh, and did anyone ever explain the numbers to you? No, nobody explained to me. First, I kind of thought the numbers, it was like a chronological order thing. Like, maybe what day it is, you know? Or something like that. Because it's not really a chapter, but I thought maybe what day it is. So that made me think, like, maybe if this is... I think it started at 1, and then it was like 10. Now we're at 100? Or 101? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and say yes.
Oh, Dr. Vargas, you're the Central Operations Coordinator.
Oh,
Quite
it's
so,
binary.
I apologize for the mess, sir. If I'd
Georgie.
known we were going to have such important visitors.
That's quite all right, Dr. Lau.
What brings you from the Fulcrum Tower, sir?
A most grave matter, I'm afraid. One I believe you specifically to be most suited to handle.
Shall I, Father?
Please do, Galatea.
Central, I believe the audio EM capture system in this room to be faulty. Please run a deep diagnostic on the system.
Certainly, Miss Vargas. Beginning scan.
We have perhaps 2 minutes until the diagnostic cycle is complete.
Dr. Lau, have you heard of a gentleman by the name of Baxter?
Now, off the top of my head, 101 is 5, right? Really quick, I think Andy might have gone out to get coffee or food or something. I'm going to close the door because I don't know why. Georgia keeps barking. I'll be right back. There we go. A little bit of peace and quiet. What did they ask me? Yes?
Dr. Adam Baxter, convicted murderer, and a brilliant engineer in his time. Yes, I've heard of him. My partner had a history with him. His parole hearing and eventual release really got to Dr. Regis.
Quite so, poor Viksha. I don't think Charlie ever got over it. And
No.
unfortunately, it appears that he's taking things into his own hands.
Charlie. So we are Charlie Regis, right? Yeah, what happened to Regis? So a little bit of backstory. There was this criminal that did some stuff, ended up killing Regis's wife. Regis got him arrested, but what they did is they did some kind of weird, like, mind thing to almost like lobotomize him, I guess, so that he wouldn't ever do those kind of bad things again. Apparently it didn't work because he took our embryos from our late wife and he's using them to blackmail us. So now we've kind of gone rogue and we're trying to stop this guy. And Baxter is the guy Regis thinks is blackmailing him. That's right, Relentless. Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure because we couldn't see his face. He's just the only one we think. Yeah, so what happened to Regis?
Dr. Lau, when did you last see Dr. Regis? Last night, before Central went into siege mode. Why? What's happened?
This morning, Dr. Baxter was found dead in his workplace.
Oh, no. Oh, Charlie, no.
I share your concern, Dr. Lau.
Central believes Dr. Regis to be the most likely suspect. He would have known that Central would be unable to provide oversight during the siege.
And he had no shortage of motive, as I'm sure you'd agree.
Wait, so we aren't... I was a little bit confused about how this dialogue is working. We're not playing as her. We're playing as her, I think. So we are the doctors right now. Or is that what they are? I'm not exactly sure what their role is. Okay, so you know Regis personally.
You have a connection to Regis as well?
Quite so.
Oh,
he
never
worked
mind.
for
No.
me in a research team, as did Baxter
I think
in
we
the
are
same
friends, right?
project.
And Viksha Regis.
Precisely. We lost half of the team in one fell swoop that day.
I was a little confused because I picked one of these dialogue options and they spoke first. So it's like, what happened? Okay, so what do you want me to do? We are playing as Max.
It just doesn't sound like him, though. He had other outlets, like his garden.
I don't fully agree with Central's assessment either. That is why I'm activating you on this case.
You want me to investigate Baxter's murder with my partner as the prime suspect? Isn't that a pretty serious conflict of interest?
It is within my prerogative to select agents I feel appropriate for casework, if necessary. Using it to aid an old friend, a good man, like Charlie Regis, I think that's worthwhile.
Yeah?
Remember that your primary responsibilities are to the law and to this city.
Yeah, I don't care about conflict of interest. I love how you say that, Tiny. Brushing my chewing utensils. Why did you cut Central's feed in here?
You're the controller of Central Operations. Why would you need to cut the camera feed with a trick like that? I apologize, but for the sake of city security... Yeah, can't tell me. Classified, ultraviolet A, etc.
I'm glad you understand.
I might understand, but I'm not happy about it. Noted, Dr. Lau. I think I've heard enough.
That's good to hear. I'll have Galatea T-mail the case data to you. If I can be of any further help, don't hesitate to drop by my office.
At the top of the Fulcrum Tower. Make an appointment beforehand.
Diagnostic cycle of monitoring systems complete. No wetware or firmware anomalies detected. However, please ask Dr. Regis to stop obstructing the lens assembly.
I wish you luck with your work, Dr. Lau. For Regis's sake.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore. Regis is no longer here. Oh, did you see that? When he was walking away, he kind of stopped for a moment to kind of stare back at us. That was kind of neat. Alright, so we got to hunt down Regis.
Got to wait till the AI lab have had their turn analyzing her. Then she's all mine.
Oh, what are you going to do, Dr. Lau? So while you know full well that you could accomplish all of your work you need to in a trance suit in your head, CEL insists that most official business be carried out on its terminals and travelers for security. Regis seems to think that it's just to make it easier for Central to spy on everything you do. Probably. It's the best office ornament. Nice. Good old Chantel. How is she right now? I think she's still with the personality of Sheffy, if I remember correctly. Oh, we can't use Regis's computer. Maybe we should use our own terminal. Let's turn this guy on. Who doesn't need a maid covered in blood? They didn't even clean it. You would think it would be such like a big part of evidence, you know, with all the DNA and whatnot. It wouldn't be in her office. Okay, we have never read Max's emails. So this is from Vargas Galtea. I think this is the person we're supposed to meet. Dr. Lau. As authorized by City Systems Administrator Dr. Eduardo Vargas, please find access to the investigation case files enclosed. If you wish to discuss the case in person with the administrator, please make an appointment beforehand. Yeah, the maid doesn't seem to care, right? I mean, she doesn't even know she's a maid right now, probably. I think she thinks she's a bartender. Okay, this is from Regis. Oh, it just says Max Lau. There's like no information in here. Okay. This is from Central Mindjackings. Dr. Lau, thank you for the summary of the so-called mindjacking investigations. It is evident that some of Dr. Regis's talent in investigation has found its way into your work. But please be aware that you need not also emulate his less helpful behavior patterns. Hey, if he gets results. And this is from Edward Lau. Please come home. Who is this? Max. It doesn't matter what Mom said. So this is maybe her brother. I don't really understand why you did it either, but I'm not going to judge you. I miss you, and they won't admit it, but Mom and Dad too. Please come home, Max. That city, that life, it'll change you. Eddie. So wait, is this maybe after she kind of got like that, like sex change alteration? I think maybe the parents freaked out, which kind of reminds me of what happened in Last of Us as well. Some of that kind of stuff. The chewing devices are cleaned and my dentist is happy. Man, I don't know when I'm going to go to the dentist again. They told me, hey, your thing's coming up. And I said, nope, I don't want to go anytime soon. So I just got to keep them clean on my own. Okay, what is this? Emergency logistics category. Class 4 information larceny with composite harm to health and individual targets. Mindjacking. Oh, this is just the case file we read before, right? I think it talks about these theft attacks and the guy that was killing them all. I think this is the same thing that was in Regis's computer. So yeah, it just explains what's been going on and the guy we're tracking down. Yep. Mine wasn't... Actually, it was really weird, Cantel. I got an email from my dentist basically saying they were shutting down the entire office due to everything. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I'm going to have to find a new dentist. And then like 2 weeks later, they contact me again saying, hey, things are up and running. Your appointment is next week. I'm like, what? Are you closed or are you not closed? I was very confused. You went over winter break and was told you only need to come in once a year. Oh, that's perfect, Tiny. Nice. So now you don't have to go again until like December, right? I've always been on a 6-month schedule.
I don't even know where I'm going. I'd better download the case file Dr. Vargas's assistant sent me.
Oops, did I miss something on the computer? I clicked on that. Oh, I think I missed an attachment. That's my bad. Okay, right here. There we go.
Ow! Hey, what was that?
Case file hurt us? I'm confused. We gotta check that out. Okay, so this is the new case file. A homicide, breaking and entering, and abuse of public office. Outline. On July 11th, 2087, Dr. Adam Baxter was found dead by coworkers at the Vickerman Tatsumoto Telepresence Laboratory, say that 10 times fast, in the Northeast Network. CEL has been contacted and case officer Lau activated for an investigation. Victims to date: Baxter, Dr. Adam, former organic computing researcher for City of Newton, recently paroled from rehabilitation sentence. Suspects: Regis, this is our ex-partner. Dr. C, CEL agent. Spouse of Viksha Regis, victim of murder by Dr. Baxter, was detected entering laboratories on 10th July and leaving 128 minutes later. Action. Suspect Charles Regis has been unreachable and has historically demonstrated a high anti-civil behavior index. With such a strong motive, his apprehension for questioning is a priority. Lau assigned to investigate crime scene. Vickerman Pharmaceuticals. Okay, so that's where we're going. That's pretty much all we need was that. Regis, unreachable. Oh, at 23, you still don't have wisdom teeth. Wait, your wisdom teeth never came in, Tiny? I always feel bad for my dentist because I did get, my wisdom teeth did come in all the way, and I've never gotten them removed. Most people have gotten them removed, but I still have all mine. So every time they have to clean my teeth, those are the hardest ones to get to. And if I ever have to get like teeth moldings or whatever, they're very tricky to get. And the x-rays and everything. I just got a big mouth, I guess. Okay, I wonder if we can call Regis. Just, hey buddy, how's it going? What are you doing? He's not going to answer.
No answer.
Of course. And Tiny, you try to go once every 6 months, but never have any complaints. That's good, Tiny. That means you're doing a good job taking care of your teeth. And it's easy to like neglect your teeth, but man, it's so important. Like, having bad teeth can affect your health in other ways rather than just toothaches. You know, a lot of people don't really think about that. Okay, so now we know we're going to the pharmaceutical place. Let's do it. Oh, so you do have one that tried to come out but didn't succeed, huh? Alright, let's go to the crime scene. Vickerman Pharmaceutical Laboratories.
Wow, that's a lot of green. Excuse me.
Great, they finally sent someone. You here to get the body out?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
That's... Don't ask me to repronounce that name. Oh my goodness. Let's see, your entire body developed at a rapid pace, but you only started losing your baby teeth at age 7. So you were a late dental bloomer. That's funny, your teeth are just like not on the same clock as everything else. And you think you didn't have all your adult teeth even when you got braces. That's why I never really... I mean, I can understand braces for children because sometimes you need to help the other ones come in. But man, doesn't that seem like a waste of money? Where you're basically trying to fix teeth that they're going to lose anyway? What do you do here?
What's your role here?
I'm the supervisor for the telepresence factoring labs. Most of it's automatic. I just make sure it's all running like it should.
Cool. Sounds like a big responsibility.
It's a lousy job most of the time. TP is where management sticks people they don't want in public-facing roles.
You're not happy with it?
For the last few years, my career has been one disaster after another. I'm just glad it's plateaued into some kind of stability.
They fixed them as they came in. Oh, that's good. I never had braces growing up, but I did get Invisalign when I was in work, like after college. How old was I? I was probably like 26 or something when I got Invisalign. So what happened? Hey, welcome back, Skywalker. Last minute hurricane shopping is done. Time to bunker down. Oh, how terrifying. How long is it supposed to go on, Skywalker? Is it like a one-day thing, or is this going to be a long, drawn-out storm?
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer.
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
When did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
I have a feeling this is going to be a really gross scene when we finally see the body. And Nate, your teeth have been awful, and then you got braces when you were a teen. You were supposed to get your jaw broken to correct the realignment, but you never did. Oh man, that's when you have a really bad case, huh? Luckily, I was able to even use Invisalign. Not everybody can. If your teeth have certain conditions, Invisalign just doesn't work. You gotta use the traditional metal braces. And you had braces, Tiny, from 10 to 15. And you actually have models of that before. Do you still wear your retainers? Because that's the worst part. I actually still wear my retainer. I have the Invisalign kind of retainers. I only wear them twice a week now, just at night. I don't wear them during the day at all. But you got to keep it up because your teeth are always moving. And after you get braces done, you don't want to just forget about it or just ignore it, because they will start to get crooked again. You just got nasty weather for about 12 hours or so. Thankfully, the worst of it is still offshore. Oh, that's good. 12 hours is, it still seems like a long time, but it'll go by quick, hopefully. Oh, can you please give Max a ton of points? He just made a thing work for me that has been struggling for 3 days. Give him a ton of points? You mean tokens? Max is yes. Well, that's not how they work, Janie, but kudos to Max. What did you fix, dude? What were you guys working on? I'm guessing this is a computer problem? Oh, and yeah, and power. Do you have lots of candles and or flashlights, Skywalker? Nice. Oh, just a driver update. Oh, that's good. Luckily, it was not a have to tear down the computer and fix it. So what is this place for? What would you say you guys grow here?
What's the purpose of this lab? Plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence. There's a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
Ooh.
But in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone in the EU needs research done on something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here and we carry out the testing.
Sketchy.
What sort of research?
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Gee, thanks. Why would people want new flowers?
Sometimes it's a drug delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot of new wetware begins its life as engineered fruit, too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Copy protection in plants? Ouch.
That's weird. Oh, it was a Borderlands problem. Oh, that's good that you got that working. Janie is one of the most hardcore Borderlands fans I know. That is awesome that it's going to work now. And Tiny, you have a perma-gap between your front teeth that you can't get fixed unless they cut out part of your gums. Oh, jeez. That's going to be some very invasive surgery. I'm just too lazy to get it done. And that's another thing that probably wouldn't get covered by, at least in America, would not get covered by any kind of insurance, because that's totally cosmetic surgery. It's not, you need it for your health or anything, you know? Okay, who else works here?
Aside from yourself, who else works in this laboratory?
There's my intern, Martin Meester, operates the factoring line. If you meet him, it's easy to see why they put him in here. And until recently, there was Dr. Baxter.
I like the music here. This is a cool soundtrack. Meester, what do you mean it's obvious he works here? Oh, the direct 3D errors? That makes sense, Max. Good catch. Good catch.
Tell me about Mr. Meester.
He came over from Eurofed on a study program. He's young. I guess we're all like that in our youth.
Good colleague?
He's all right. He got on board with that annoying Maladist trend. He knows how to follow instructions, so I let him get on with it.
Is Visa still active?
Dr. Lau, we do not employ undocumented illegals in this lab.
I bet you don't.
Just have to check. I'm sure you understand.
And Baxter?
Tell me about Dr. Baxter.
Oh, he was bad enough to work with in the 60s. As part of his parole, they stuck a governor in his head. Since then, it's like talking to a badly written synthetic.
You don't care for him a great deal.
That man killed Vicky. Frankly, he deserved what he got.
But you still work with him.
He worked for me. It was another part of his parole.
Oh.
Vickerman's management persuaded centralized government that his skills were going to waste in prison. The company wanted him supervised by someone who knew him. Hence, they dragged my sorry ass in.
What did you have him doing?
He organized the specimen bank. It's the kind of thing we could just leave him at for hours on end. Days, sometimes. Really, it could have just been done by the facility's AI, but I had to give him something.
Otherwise, you'd have to talk to him?
Exactly.
I wonder, like, he had this job before, killed somebody, went to jail, they reprogrammed it, and then he got the same job he had. You would not want to hire that person back, right? Okay, what do you think happened? And you have to get dental at a pretty high level for a year, but I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with it, Tiny, it's not worth it. That's the big thing. For me personally, my teeth weren't too bad. I had one or two teeth that were a little bit more crooked that I liked, but mine wasn't very invasive at the same time. If it was going to be like really bad surgery or anything, I probably wouldn't have gotten it done, to be honest. I would have just left it alone. But in the end, for me, it was worth it because I didn't have to do a whole lot.
You've got a keen mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. You know what I think? I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange. Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That quickly?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
I wonder if Charlie was looking for his embryos. Do you think they would have been in there? Hey, welcome back, Canto. Okay. Luckily my teeth stuff wasn't too severe. It took a little over a year, but it was expensive, like out of pocket. Unfortunately, insurance didn't cover any of it. So you knew Regis?
You knew Regis as well?
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
You've apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter too.
Yeah?
I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Such as?
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
Man, we have a lot of questions to ask her. What's that you're working on?
You seem preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
What's wrong with the samples? What did he tamper?
What's been done to the samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
What?
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch. Huh. Non-binary. Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file.
It sound like voices.
He's used the DNA to store information.
You think so?
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data, but M and L, my initials? This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
Oh, cool.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks. How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
I know, non-binary, right? Even if it's talking about, like, non-binary audio data DNA files. I've never had to have elastics when I did my braces, Tiny. I was very lucky. You have to peel them out for every meal. That was another thing about, whatchamacallit, the Invisalign. You did have to take it out for every meal, but they were pretty easy to take in and out. Someone was trying to exploit. Let's see. Let's go through the rest of these. Eduardo Vargas, that was another person that she worked with.
So you worked with Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter. Did you also work for Dr. Vargas?
That pompous ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him?
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics. Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we ended up making, it was... Actually, never mind.
We need more information. Hexadecimal, there we go. Specimen bank.
What happens in the specimen bank?
It's where the samples of plants and growth matrices are stored. There's a huge library of subjects to work with, natural and man-made.
And that's where Baxter worked?
Yeah, it's not exactly taxed.
That's where the clues are going to be.
I wanted to see what he could do since they put a governor in him.
You left him to work alone in there?
I'll be honest, he was not a pleasant man to talk to.
Oh, Tiny. One thing I've done that helps tremendously with that, I actually have what you call like a lap board, I think. And it's basically like a cushioned, like a piece of wood or something, or plastic with like some cushions underneath. And it's really nice to put the laptop on that. And mine has a mouse pad. I love using that for my laptop. It never gets hot. Even though the laptop gets hot, you don't feel it. What about the message?
I wonder why Regis hid a message inside the DNA of these plants.
So only we would find it.
DNA's been used as a data storage medium before. Rather than on-off binary, DNA would be quaternary bits. Adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. If he just left a message on one of the systems, though, or even on paper...
Then someone could have destroyed or erased it. Short of burning down the entire lab, they'd have no way to be sure they destroyed a message hidden like this.
Especially since he scrambled so many of the other samples as camouflage.
He needs to make sure it's found, and based on the layout, he wants me to find it.
Yep. We heard our initials, so that makes sense. Any other samples that you know of?
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and... I can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had blue flowers, spiny toxic leaves, and produced large, round fruit.
Okay, so at least we know which plant we're looking for. How about security?
Why didn't the facility's CI detect Baxter's vitals suddenly failing? It's a potentially hazardous environment in here.
We were wondering that as well. This afternoon we noticed the monitoring system in the sample lab was in recursion. All hell broke loose when the CI suddenly realized what had happened.
So either you've got a technical fault with the software or wetware interfacing.
Which is unlikely given how much they cost.
Or someone breached the security systems to cover Baxter's murder. That gives me more hope. Regis would have no idea how to do that.
It is fairly intense music since we're just kind of having a conversation right now, Tiny. I definitely agree with that. When we start to find clues and put things together, then it might match a little bit better. And research with the Regises.
What sort of research were you conducting in the 60s?
You mean with Charlie and his wife? You might not believe it, but we were the people behind Central.
What?
Central? The city governing AI
He hates
Central?
The same. Newton was looking for a coordinator AI. Vargas put together a team, including the new Mr. and Mrs. Regis.
Nuke me. Regis never mentioned anything about this.
It wasn't a happy memory for him. He left after the unpleasantness. We finished the project a few months later.
Huh. Might explain why he hates Central's guts.
I thought he just hated authority and people watching him and everything, but that makes way more sense now. That's a good point, Tiny, yeah. Kind of about mixed emotions here, huh? Okay, I think we've asked everything.
All? For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
So we're looking for a plant with blue flowers. It's got like spiky stem and makes large round fruit, right?
Better not. It might tell the lab director.
A drone lays a finely controlled mist over the delicate specimens. I need one of those for the yard. I always have a hard time getting my sprinklers to kind of nail all of the yard accurately. and a gene sequencer.
It's the console for sequencing DNA data from specimens. I need to bring samples back here to see if more of Regis's message is hidden in them.
Okay, once we found all the hidden messages, we'll bring the DNA back here and put it in the right order. What does it say? Yellow epikial plants. One of the plant specimens the lab is working on. That was not what we were looking for. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna have to go in here. Oh, here's blue plants. Ah, that's it. I see the spikes, I see a large round fruit, and the blue flowers. Yoink.
I'd better not. If I start taking every single specimen, I'll be here for days.
What do you mean? That's the one they described to us, right? Oh, I have to do a sample from it. Here we go.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
I'm not sure what else we need. Any console games I'm looking forward to streaming? I have a few Skywalker. One game I was wanting to stream for you guys sometime is the Legend of Zelda... What is it called? Link's Awakening. The remake that came out on the Switch not too long ago. I love Zelda games. And I've never played this one, not on the original Game Boy or the new one on the Switch. However, it was in the back burner for a very long time because Andy was using the Switch constantly for Animal Crossing. That's slowed down quite a bit, so being a possibility for stream is getting up there again. And a few people have recommended this game called Erica on the PS4. It's like a full motion video kind of adventure game. I think it's only on PlayStation, and I got it for free from the PlayStation Plus stuff, so that's definitely a possibility too. It's kind of funny because there's not a ton of like console exclusives now. So many games come out on PC, so typically I'll play them on PC if I have the option. Okay, let's see if we can get in there and see the body.
Warning, security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab. Bakerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
Open up, Detroit Police! It's our time to get in here. You can't stop us. What am I supposed to show?
The way out.
Oh, this is how I leave?
The way out.
Wait, maybe I have to go in here. Here's the production lab. Ooh, I need to get Crash 4. Probably not right away, Max, unless it becomes like a highly requested game. I've only honestly played little bits of the Crash Bandicoot games on the original PlayStation. That might be another good one to stream though, because I mean that's just a big black hole in my gaming history. I do have the Reignite It collection on the PC. It might be good just to play the first one or something, or whichever one you guys think is your favorites. They're not terribly long games, are they? They're like 10, 12 hours or something? That might be a fun one. I haven't done a platformer in a long time. Here we go. Oh, this is the Neaster. This is the guy that they'll say, you'll know why he's there. And Phantasma, Erica was a weird game. And you like the music in Erica, Tiny? Let's see. Crash Bandicoot hype? So you could do the Insane Trilogy first, since the new game will be a continuation. Though, yeah, I mean, the story I wasn't too worried about. That's why I wouldn't even care which game I played. Like, let's just say I'm going to play one game and I might not get to all of them. I'd probably let you guys vote on which was your favorite. I think most people say Crash Bandicoot 2. People say the first one, even though it's classic, is like harder than it needs to be, like tougher than the other ones. So I'll let you guys decide. Naughty Dog's most intense story is in Crash Bandicoot. I know, like in the beginning of the third one, when they killed off that female Bandicoot right off the beginning, like I couldn't believe it. Crash 2 is generally accepted as the best one, but you like one more. Maybe it's kind of like Uncharted. Like, I always thought Uncharted 2 was probably the best, but 4 might have overtaken that. I'm not sure. People don't seem to care much for 3, although I thought 3 was great. It just didn't stand out. It was just more of 2, you know?
He looks unconventional. Kids these days. Oh god, I sound like Regis.
These kids these days.
I didn't realize that Gengineering was done with so much tape and wrenches. I can't figure out what any of these tools are for.
They're probably like really basic tools, like a hammer or a saw. She's like, what are these things? Here's some red plants. Here's another blue plant, but it doesn't have the spiky thing, so I think we've already gotten the correct one. Although there's got to be more, we just don't know which ones we need. I know, right, Tiny? Of course the female Bandicoot had to die. I'm trying to give Crash motivation to get bloody revenge on everybody else in the game. And Phantasma, you thought Uncharted 4 was good, but you did have an issue when a Google search by Nathan Drake should have resolved the plot in its entirety. Oh, that's terrible. You do like a tiny search and then boom, everything's spoiled, right? I remember when I was trying to find pictures that were non-spoilery of The Last of Us 2, just so I could put on the Discord to kind of show you guys, like, whenever I do the going live post, I always had to search for Last of Us 2 trailer, and then I did an image search. So I made sure all the images were only from the trailer. I never got any weird spoilery images, as long as you don't consider the trailer spoilers.
I never thought Gengineering would be so industrial. It's like a factory line.
This thing's pumping these things out really fast. Oh, I see what you mean, Phantasma. If Nathan Drake Googled something, he could just figure... Well, wasn't that the whole reason, though? Is they were uncharted, right? Like, this is stuff that nobody's discovered yet. So you have to be the first before it's on Google, you know? And Max, you think Tana lives, they just couldn't include her in 2 or 3. Oh, I was just joking about killing a female Bandicoot. Did that actually happen? People said she was too sexy, so they brought Coco instead, which is Crash's sister. They just wanted to get rid of that token female character that's trying to, like, I don't know, sex up the game. You know, one of the worst spoilers I ever had, and spoiler for the movie 28 Weeks Later, if you've never seen it. But I love 28 Days Later, and I've seen the trailers of 28 Weeks Later, and the trailers made it look like Robert Carlyle was one of the main characters, you know, of the whole movie. So, spoiler warning if you don't want to hear, but I was reading a review for the movie just to see if it's any good, you know, and to see if I wanted to see it in theaters, and they put a big spoiler early on in the review where they just said that when Robert Carlyle dies, he becomes an infected, and he's kind of the antagonist through the entire movie. And I was like, great, thanks, review. Like, typically reviews are pretty good about just giving you like very high level stuff and not going into the details of that kind of thing, but oh, that was terrible. There was no spoiler warnings or anything. You never read the Google auto suggestions, so you're never spoiled. That's perfect. Tiny, I just don't use Google. Are you a Yahoo person? Do you just not search for things? Okay, let's talk to Neaster.
Hi there.
The light at the end of the tunnel would die for a grapefruit.
What? What did he say? The light at the end of the tunnel would die for a grapefruit? Okay, I'm Dr. Lau.
My name's Dr. Max Lau. I'm a cell case specialist.
The necessary but perhaps impossible notion of the nation-state works towards the rhetoric of synesthesia.
Okay, this guy's just like... just dumping random things. What's wrong with you?
You're not making any sense.
Windmill Plumber showed him a photograph.
Are you alright?
The light at the end of the tunnel would die for a grapefruit.
I don't think we're gonna get much out of this guy. Who are you?
Can I get your name?
Monsters angrily destroy the secret paper.
Okay.
What would you say you do here?
What's your role at this facility?
Whenever the teacher told you the shortest way.
Uh-huh.
Oh, DuckDuckGo, Tiny. Is that the one that doesn't track any of your search history? Allegedly. I think that's their advertisement. Can you tell me about what happened? Probably not.
What happened here?
What time do we think we want it to be?
I see.
My guess is we're going to have to hack into this guy to try to have any kind of conversation.
I give up.
The light at the end of the tunnel would die for a grapefruit.
Okay, that's the most important thing. Everything about the light at the end of the tunnel would die for a grapefruit. So something about a grapefruit. Oh, yeah, and honestly, sometimes Relentless, YouTube spoils it for me too, on accident. Like, let's say I've been looking for previews for Last of Us. Now YouTube thinks, oh, you like stuff for Last of Us, right? And then I go on there, I'm not even searching for anything yet, just the main YouTube portal gives me a bunch of like spoiler videos, like the thumbnails are spoilers. And I'm like, oh my God, YouTube, what are you doing? Oh Right, so let's see if we can use our wetware with Neaster.
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
I guess you can't do it directly.
He looks oh.
Let's see, since the DuckDuckGo is more privacy-oriented, but you could also get more inaccurate results. Oh, that makes sense. Christian! Welcome back, dude. Love me. I mean, buy me dinner first. You got it. There's steps to this, Christian. Just kidding. How's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. And can't tell, you've been watching Siren 2 recently, and hearing character X dies might sometimes seem like a spoiler, but in Siren games, you expect like 3/4 of the cast to be called away. You know what would be cool, Cantel, is if it was like, what is that game? Until Dawn, where everybody could survive, or everybody could die. You can't really spoil that movie, you know, or that game, because like so many different permeations that can happen. I'll buy whatever you want. Don't buy anything. I was just kidding. But good to see you. Welcome back. Okay, so yeah, there's something. He definitely seems like a broken computer, right? Here's the seed bank. Is this where we need to get?
The way out.
Seed bank. That's true. That's definitely a big spoiler. Fantastic.
What a mess.
Ooh. Every dead body, they can't just be lying there peacefully. No, they're all grotesquely destroyed. Well, I mean, Christian, I gotta friend zone everybody. I'm married. Spoiler alert. Alright, let's check out the body. This is...
Update Central.
Baxter?
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly dead.
Yeah.
He's been decapitated, and not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More like destroyed. At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death.
Marriage is a farce. Don't tell Andy that.
Nothing unusual found on the body, Central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing. What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
Give me
I
time.
understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook.
Looks like he's missing his head. Is that right? It's kind of hard to tell. Ooh, you got a new nickname idea. Whole chat. And then when you do the left the chat, oh, that'd be funny. Or Max, even just like everyone. I'm sure that name is taken on Twitch, but just everyone left the chat. Oberdin, can't tell. I really want to try that game. That's also high on my list to play.
Update Central.
What is your...
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clear...
Don't... I understand. I hope I can find...
I mean, whatever all this blood loss is, that definitely seems like the cause of death to me. What else is in here? Here's the seed bank console. This is what Regis, I think, was tampering with.
It looks like it's controlling the sorting drones on the racks.
We might get more clues out of this. Let's see. You'd enjoy it, but your poor mods would be working overtime. Wait, for Oberdin? Why would the mods be working overtime for that game? I mean, I understood Last of Us 2 because it was such a controversial game, and it was a very popular game. So people wanted to, like, spoil the crap out of it. But Oberdin is like a neat little indie game. I don't think it's probably very popular. I bet if you looked on the channel right now, there's less than, like, 50 people watching it, maybe? Because people want to be helpful. I see. I mean, I do need help generally, but people have been pretty cool. Like, they'll usually ask first. Okay, what are... These are all, like, blank storage things, but they all have descriptions. Hey, this one, the client is the Greater Han Republic. This is undergoing weaponization, specifically targeting pollinating insects. Let's check that out.
It's some kind of slime. Maybe I should just sample that.
Okay, so am I supposed to use my DNA sampler on it?
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
We can only handle 3 at a time. I feel like this game is going to let me sample so many different things, it'll be tricky. Oh, Undertale? I didn't stream Undertale. I played it off stream. Are people pretty bad about spoiling that game too? Let's see, I'm going to make up some stuff here with generic names so they're in no way related to the game, but just to give you an idea. Oh no. Okay, we should probably need to look at all of these descriptions to see what might correlate to what Regis would have left a hint for us. Oh, that makes sense. I remember Max, and I guess slight spoil. Oh my goodness! Holy cow. Username. Welcome back, user. How's it going? That is 9-month streak. Subscribe to the channel. How is it going, buddy? It's good to see you, man. Been a while. How are you doing? Happy Sabbath Day, by the way. Thank you again so much for the sub. Let's see, Phantasma. You've seen a few streams of it, but I don't like the game, so I don't stick around. Okay, but somehow there is an Undertale club that gets upset at certain choices. I could see that, Phantasma. That game definitely has some stuff that, you know, you can kind of do anything. You can be very peaceful or go the opposite route in that game. When I was playing it, I was trying to play peaceful, but one of the first encounters, I was peaceful for a very long time. And I just couldn't get past it. I assumed the game wanted me to kill this character. Apparently, I could have gotten around it. I don't know what I had to do differently or if I just had to keep doing it longer, but I killed a pretty important character and I felt so bad afterwards because it could have been avoided. I was like, oh, I didn't even do the right run. How you doing, user? What's new? And you definitely don't want you to put off streaming it. You'd love it, and it'd be great to play along with blind people, but there's definitely a lot of nudge, nudge, hint, hint at what's important. Oh, dang. And Sims 4. People definitely will backseat a game like that, and it's just completely creative. It's like, what's the point of backseating that? Relentless. Nice catch. Okay, so what's the next one? Attempts at being made to isolate useful genome sections and reduce incidence of fatal consumption side effects. I don't think we need that one. The common oat. New strains are currently in development to cope with rapidly aging European climate. Discovered recently in the Amazon Conservation Zone, a Brasilia, hey, we have somebody from Brazil here, is being tested for marketable traits. I don't think we need that. Formerly extinct branch of Apiaceae, is that how you say that? Being tested for use as contraceptive or abortifacient additive to food. What is that? Yeah, and there's no right run, and people who think otherwise are stupid. And I'm going to be mean about that. Absolutely. Play games like you want to play, you know? Don't try to force people to do one thing. Now, that being said, you know, I'm sure it'd be fun to watch me do something terribly blind, but you might know how I like to play games. You might know what I'm going for. There could become a scene where something tragic could happen that could, like, basically shorten the game from being the entire experience versus, like, maybe it's only, like, half the experience if I make this choice. I could see you guys want to be like, hey, John, you probably want to pick up that gun kind of thing. And, like, I wouldn't take offense to that if I totally wrecked the experience doing it otherwise. Especially because I typically just play games once, you know? Yeah, some games, they just get like the most hardcore fans that they're too controlling, you know? They get too, I guess, obsessed with certain aspects of their game or fandom or whatever, and they, like nothing else is correct. There's only one way to experience it. Here's an edible member of Begonia genus being developed as a convenience food. Modified to increase sugar content. That sounds about right. Cabbage. Undergoing testing to increase volume through water content. None of these sound very interesting. Custom-made Halicenia plant. Tailored as vanity project for current Ecuadorian President Miguel San Marcos. Parasitic and extremophilic adaptations of specimen are being targeted for use in other projects. These words are killing me. I'm sure I'm missing most of these. Engineered producer and delivery vector of recreational hallucinogen spark, i.e. spark fruit. Okay. Tested for artificial enhancements in climate survivability. I'm looking for something that seems to match what we're doing in the game. High quality timber, engineered underway for more uniform cuboid shape. Timber, I mean, Regis did create a tree, maybe that would be useful. Carpet weed, fruiting mechanism under modification for use as robust cropped, probably not. Salt tolerant shrub, fruit being modified as production delivery mechanism for CO2 inhibitor, okay. Garden pea, addition of extra nutritional components sourced from other organisms, especially raised protein content. This one, lacks chlorophyll genes controlling photosynthetic properties being tested in other specimens. Most of these don't sound interesting. Extremophile found in asteroids and comets. That's kind of cool. Tazardi grows dangerously quickly in our atmosphere. That's an eco-hazard. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this. I'm not sure what else they want me to, like, get a sample of. See, sometimes you joke, or jokes to streamers I know about Crash, like, you missed a thing, by not telling them they aren't playing the game correctly. And that's totally fine. Like, there's a lot of times I might miss something, and especially if it's, like, optional, you know, that's fine. I don't mind if somebody says that. But just don't do it all the time, you know? Okay, so we have 2 of these things sourced. We go through this airlock. We've seen the body.
Warning. Security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab.
Okay, we still can't get in there.
Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
And I think it ties to the notion of instant feedback. So how audiences want to voice their frustration when the content we're watching goes differently from our desired ways. Similarly, similar things have progressed with fandom, with fans attacking creators personally. It's sort of surfacing of underground communities to the foreground, increasingly comfortable with being pricks. And the internet, you know, with anonymity and everything, it kind of enables people to do things they wouldn't normally do in real life. A lot of times you say things online you wouldn't say to someone's face. What's interesting, though, is it's much more, like, luckily we're a smaller community, so we're not as affected. I see things going on, like in Brian Deckhart's like YouTube channel and stuff like that. When you're that big and you have that big of an audience, it can become much more of a problem, you know? Oh, the only thing that makes me frustrated is when they won't lower the difficulty, even though it's obvious they should. But then you just take a break and walk away. And that would suck, Phantasma. If you just seen somebody just smash their head on a level over and over, I like to play on normal. But if I get to the point where it's like, I've done this so many times and I don't see a way I'm going to complete this, I'm not too big to push it down to easy. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Let's see if we can get DNA from the body. We can. Okay. Oh, error. This DNA sampler has not been calibrated for animal DNA recovery. If you believe this to be incorrect, please consult your lab manager. Dang it. Okay, that makes me think we are supposed to do that. So we have our audio recording. Can we interface with the sampler? No. Okay. I'm wondering if we can reprogram that. What's kind of funny is, with these kind of games in particular, here's my take on it. If I'm stuck in a puzzle game or just kind of wasting my time, if you're blind to the game, I'm totally cool with you guys throwing out suggestions. That's fun. If you know what I'm supposed to do, then give me some time to suffer a little bit. Not super long, but suffer a little bit. And then throw out a vague hint. Those are fun. Okay, so we need to add the DNA to this, right? The audio file is incomplete.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get any sense out of it.
Let's see. Oh, you were playing some Age of Empires recently, can't tell. You played it like 20 years ago, and you're very out of practice, but still, I used to love Age of Empires too. Never was good at it, but it was fun. someone you were playing got annoyed with you for being so bad, but was actually cool and said it was an auto placement and I couldn't drag the game on forever. But your problem was your reaction times were slow and you wanted to push on and try to force yourself into having to react quicker. He even gave me some tips at the end. See, that's kind of cool. Eventually you got a good, I guess, outcome from that interaction. And you think there's some sort of stigma against playing games on easy, but if that's what challenges you, then play it that way. That's the thing, Phantasma. I completely agree. You want like a fair challenge. The game in particular I'm thinking of that I had to tone it down was, I didn't stream it. I played it offline a long time ago. Catherine. It's like a puzzle game with some fun, like weird anime kind of dating stuff in between, but the puzzles were really hard. And I suffered a lot, I died a lot, but I got all the way up until like the last 2 levels or so on normal. And then I just hit a brick wall. I just couldn't figure it out. So I dropped it down to easy, and it was still a challenge, but I completed the rest of the game. I thought that's totally fine. And if you don't want to be challenged, you just want to fly through the game, that's fine too. Like, let players do what they want. Hell, even cheat at the game. Give yourself invincibility if that's still fun for you. But don't cheat online. That's the big thing. Never use hacks. Don't screw up other people's games. That's not fun. I definitely don't agree with that. But if you want to cheat on your own games, yeah, go ahead. Who cares? Okay, we're going to upload the samples that we got. Cross-loading to audio data stream. Okay, let's see if we get some better audio now.
There's some more.
Did you play on easy too, Relentless? That game was so hard. Even on easy it was hard, but it was fun.
Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that one.
Oh, that's cool. It's telling me when he hit data and when he didn't. Okay.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get any sense out of it.
Now, I don't know if the game's going to give me any more hints as far as what else is hidden. I think we found one successfully, though. The Atlas block pushing era. I would really like another Catherine game. And SMT, that's Shin Megami Tensei, right? Nocturne has a 20-level minigame with block pushing. I'm convinced the dude who programmed that is responsible for Catherine. Hey, probably. That would make sense. And there are people who are calling accessibility options in The Last of Us cheats. And I'm like, they aren't for you. Exactly, Phantasma. Like, I love that they put that stuff in the game. And I also have the counter thing, though. Like, I love that games do that. But they don't have to. Now, then the accessibility, I have no problems with that stuff. That's just important to let everybody play games. But difficulty levels, like, I'm also not mad that From Software doesn't put an easy mode in Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne and those kind of games. That's their art, you know? That's their project. They can make it as hard as they want, and they're under nobody's jurisdiction to, like, make sure everybody can play it. That's fine. Just realize that not everybody's going to play it, you know? Like, if I don't like really hard games, I wouldn't play those kind of games. Okay, let's see if we can get more hits from her.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Here we go. We do have some new ones. So Neaster's not making any sense.
I tried talking to your intern. It wasn't helpful.
Oh, never mind that. He's got aphasia.
Isn't that treatable?
Oh, yes. He just gave it to himself.
What?
That's what the kids are into these days.
Crippling neurological disorders?
What?
Yes and no. Maladism, they call it. They give themselves old diseases. It only lasts about a week each time.
Wow.
And you let him do that?
He's not public-facing, and as long as it doesn't get in the way of his work. I figure we all did things the old folks thought were stupid back when we were kids.
That's like a new kind of Tide Pod challenge. The kids these days are purposely giving themselves neurological diseases. All right, you old fogey. It's what all the cool kids are doing now. How can I fix Neaster? Now, before I continue, it's about 2:20. I kind of need to use the restroom, but I also need to open the door because it's getting warm in here. I closed the door a little bit while ago, just because Georgie was barking. So I'm gonna grab a quick snack and let you guys.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
So let me save this. However, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to close out of the game. Because it might not like alt-tabbing out. Let me try. Oh, no, it went quiet. Okay, that's good. Last time I tried that, it didn't go quiet. It started repeating the last sound effect. It was really awkward. All right, so for this one in particular, what should we do? Let's try that one mode that we don't do very often in Stream Animals. Let's do the, kind of that, what would you call it? Frogger kind of mode. I forget what they call it. I think they call it dash mode. Let's go ahead and try dash mode. Let's see, you've always liked watching smaller streamers for that reason. The bigger ones usually tend to pull in the toxic ones, while the stream themselves might not endorse it, just inevitable. You know, I mean, I don't doubt we're ever going to get to that point, but let's say we had like 200 people in here, right? I don't have a problem having a lot of mods and just letting them destroy jerks, you know? You warn them, maybe you give them a second warning, and then get the hell out of there. Like, I'm not about just going for the numbers, you know? Like, oh, I don't want to kick these people out because we're having so many more people in here. It pushes up in the directory. No, I want cool people in here. They're going to be respectful and fun. So I don't mind letting mods just wreck others in a way. Let me get that correct game on the screen. Let's see, what? Yeah, something got banned. What was that word? Can't tell. Try to say, the I don't understand Let's Plays without paying kind of ERGs. Internalize misogyny. Yeah, so you had to permit classic women? That's a term that was blocked? Oh, that's weird. Is that like that get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich kind of obnoxiousness? Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and hide this. Let me bring it back. It should pop up on the screen in just a second. I mean, I guess that makes more sense than phages. That's still really weird to me. Yeah, it should pop up any second. There we go. Okay, let me just fix the screen so it fits properly. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start game. Let's see. Now my chat's on 2 different monitors, so it's kind of hard for me to read. So you try to say, Tiny, get in the sandwich and make me a kitchen. Nice. I mean, it's going to take me a while, but I can make a kitchen. Okay, start game. Let's do dash mode. All right, guys. If you never played dash mode, everybody has the same objective. You want to try to get from the top of the screen all the way to the bottom, kind of like Frogger, why did the chicken cross the road kind of thing. So you have to move space by space and try to avoid all the cars. You have to jump on, I think those are supposed to be alligators, but I'm not sure, and get all the way to the other side. So if you want to join, all you have to do is type !J, or you can type one of the animal names at the top right, and that'll let you join as well. Even if you can't play, you can just type !Auto after you join, and then the game will play for you, and you still have a chance to win a token. Oh, and Jay's text-to-speech filters out curse words, even if it's part of an actual word. Nice. I've never done text-to-speech. What do you guys think about that? I know that can bring some trolls, so we'd have to do it, you know, I guess in a special way so it doesn't get trolled too much. But what do you guys think of that? Yeah, that's right. Stream Elements did block your name. I remember that, Relentless. Oh, that was so obnoxious. Oh, you got to mod a stream? Oh, we'll see you, Tiny. We'll see you later. Thank you for dropping in. Make it expensive. That's probably the way you'd have to do it, Max. Yeah, like a minimum of like $3 or, yeah, $2, something like that. Less likely to have trolls doing that. Okay, guys, I'm going to go grab a snack, use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Kill all the birds. You guys, welcome back. Hey guys, what's going on? And by the way, OJ Machine, thank you so much for the raid. I don't know if you've come back yet, but what timing, right? Just as I step away. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. And welcome, raiders. I see you've been the bird ever since you died. Were you one of the first ones to die, Relentless? Oh yeah, I've never caught OJ stream, but I've seen, oh no, can't tell. Bye. I've seen OJ in Jaybird stream, and I've chatted with OJ a little bit there, but I've never actually caught one of his stream. I'll have to be sure to follow him and check him out. All right, it's up to you, Nate. You're the only one that can do this. That was some straight stalking right there. It's just coming right after you, can't tell. It knew you were about to win. It wanted to try to keep the game going. Oh, so this is interesting. It says Cantel is dead on the leaderboard, but you're still in first place because you got the furthest, I think. So even though Nate is surviving longer, I think if Nate doesn't get as far as you did, you still win. So there's still a chance. Oh, just barely. And you can jump one set of water, so you could still make this. How far did you get? Did you die on the log, or did you die on the alligator? Can't tell. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Oh, on the finish line? Come on. Yep. So Cantel still won because you made it a little bit further. Congratulations. Now, I don't know what the leaderboard is on this game. Let me check real quick. Let's see here. All time. Wait, where is it? Do we not have... Does it not give us points? Oh, that's wins. Nobody's ever won this before. Let's go to score. There we go. Okay, so for all... I'm in the lead. Blaze is in second, Dingo's in third, Therapy's in fourth, Ginger's in fifth. Where are you? I guess that was your first one, wasn't it? Where's Cantel? Here you are. No, you've had 70. Okay, nice. You got 13th. Wow, we've actually done this. Is that correct? Those numbers seem really high, don't they? I don't think we've played this that many times. I don't know, but there it is. All right. 280 points? John should be called Yeet Kadia. Wait, did I kill you guys over there? I'm 18. Those numbers seemed way too high to me. I'm not sure what that was all about. It's unwinnable. Rigged. All right, guys. I was third? Oh, wait, maybe I looked at that wrong. It looked like I was first. Oh, well, we'll check it out next time. All right, let me get the game back up. Oh, good. It didn't screw up my screen. I was kind of worried about that. I will have to fix it on the stream, though, once it appears. There we go. Let me just resize this real quick. Resize it and center it. There we go. I think we are good. So it looks like Cantel got like 18 points for winning. Oh, maybe that's it. I figured that you get the points regardless if you win or lose. It's just however far you got. But still, if Cantel almost finished and got 18 points, I think it was, how did we get 280 points? That would mean we've played that over 12 times, 13 times? I don't think we've played the game that many times. Roast and baked taters are in the oven. Nice. Oh, I love potatoes. I really like this game so far, OJ. So this is a point-and-click adventure game called Technobabylon. And welcome, Raiders, again, and thank you again for the raid, dude. We're playing as a couple different characters, but in general, we're trying to find this character that's going around basically jacking people's information from their brain using like some advanced computer stuff, because this is in the future, kind of cyberpunkish, but he kills them at the same time. So we're trying to track down that guy, and we're playing right now as Max, and her partner has kind of gone rogue. So we're trying to also help our partner out. Max knows Sheffy is the best. Okay, so we currently, to get some information, we're trying to get, it's really convoluted, but we're trying to get some gene information from plants to find a hidden message. I think we found one of them so far. T-H-E. So let's go back in here. I'm not sure what other plants I'm supposed to get the info from, though. Oh, I think I wanted to talk to her a little bit more. Let me try this out. Yeah, I think Max liked the maid, the French maid, most specifically. Okay, so we're going to talk to this doctor a little bit more. We might get more information.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick. I'm busy.
Okay, so how can we fix Neester? Did we already ask her that?
I need to ask Neester about the tampered specimens. How do I cure his aphasia?
Well, you wouldn't really cure it. He doesn't actually have the disease. It's essentially wetware designed to occupy the Wernicke and Broca regions of the brain. This then produces the symptoms of the disease. That's what they're going for.
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase.
Of course.
It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble themselves.
Let's see, I hope this isn't Sierra Hard, though, where answers are just way out there. Luckily, these games are pretty well done. We haven't had, I mean, of course, it's all about your thought process and stuff, but in general, I haven't had any of these games from this publisher that have been quite that obnoxious. Usually it's just because I'm not thinking about it the right way, but once you find the solution, it's like, okay, that makes sense.
I need to...
I think I missed
It's essentially,
there.
this then produces the symptoms of the disease. That's what they're going
Make
for.
sure I find that
I
solution.
can't wait a week for the wetware.
Find a way to break it. If we've got an emergency, it's an enzyme that instructs the...
Okay, so she told me about the enzyme. She didn't tell me how to get it. But at least there is something we can do to break down whatever is controlling him, turning him into like a zombie. You know, there's probably some people that make them that hard still, Cantel. Luckily, I'm not playing those games. Okay, I can't get into the airlock either.
I can't get into the airlock.
The airlock and the growth lab are secure areas. We grow potentially hazardous organisms beyond those doors.
Ruh-roh.
I'm trying to conduct an investigation here. Don't make me get a warrant from Central.
I'm sorry, Central would likely agree with us.
What?
We can't just give anyone access to the growth lab.
Not even a CEL agent?
I'd need a pretty damn good reason.
That sounds pretty shady to me. I don't know about that. Oh, Phantasma, you gotta head out. Bye, Phantasma. Have a great weekend. Have a good Sabbath day, and we'll see you next time. Hope you have an awesome weekend. Oh, Max, that slot machine thing we were talking about last time, that was all RNG controlled, right? That sounds terrible. Okay, any other samples that you know of?
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have.
There we go.
There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and... Can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had blue flowers, spiny toxic leaves, and produced large round fruit.
Okay, we've already gotten that one. What was the first one she said? Orchidaceae some?
Have you found...
There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in
Orchidaceae isotria. Okay, so we need to find
that all?
that.
For now.
Then if you'll...
Orchidaceae isotria. Good luck remembering that, John. This is yellow epical. Okay, we don't need that. Let's see, anyone else find it funny that Twitch has come full circle? So it was Justin TV gaming section, then became gaming content, and now it's just non-gaming content. I mean, I've done a little bit of non-gaming content. I put together a chair once, and I put together my computer once, but in general, you're mostly going to get video games here. I don't know, maybe we'll do a cooking stream sometime. Maybe when I go outside and barbecue. That'd be a long stream. I usually spend like a good 2-3 hours out there with the grill. That's just red plants. There's some blue vines up here. Those don't have the names I'm looking for. You know what? It's probably back here. And the Jazzercise stream. I don't know if I would say soon therapy. Unfortunately on this screen... Oh, there it is. Crap, we're at 65? I think 65 is the highest that number... And over 10,000 points in the stream. You guys are insane. We've never been that high on either of those numbers. No, when we get to stage 1000, then we're doing that Jazzercise stream, guys. I never saw Justin TV. I had no idea what it was. The stage counter, Nate, is the current number of active subscriptions in the channel. And, let's see. I keep it vague because I don't really advertise these things, but I also want to be transparent, and I kind of like you guys to know what's going on. The points, that is the number of bits donated in the last 30 days. It's like a rolling counter. So every day it drops some off and adds whatever new ones happen. It's not like a...
Why? Why?
Therapy Android, come on now. Thank you so much, Therapy Android. I'm not sure how quickly that thing updates. Oh, it just went up to 66. I think it takes a little while to update. John, come out. I'm hiding. I'm hiding. Wait, we actually have to do this screen. Therapy Android. 92 subs you've given, and that's obnoxiously too much. I think at 100, you get banned. That's the new rule. You do 100 subs in this channel, and that's how you get banned. So you want to stop at 99, Therapy. I'd hate to have to ban you. Okay, thank you so much, Therapy. Cool Ace TV, Kaiju Kiriyama, that weird Kiwi guy, Coffee, and WGWRF. You're welcome, Coffee. I love your username. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Thank you again so much, Therapy. Let's see, did it update yet? 66? I'm not sure how long that thing takes. It started at like 52 at the beginning of the stream. So my goodness. I mean, the only thing Therapy could do is create a whole new account. Or she jumps back on as Samuel Gordon and then starts gifting subs again. That's going to get very complicated very fast. Oh no, I think I've totally forgot the name of that plant. Orchidaceae Isodonia? Was that it? Okay, let's look at all these plant names. Let's see. Starts with an O for sure. Oh, tokens. I almost forgot about tokens, guys. That was ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Mologo? No. None of these names seem to match it. Yeah, none of these even start with an O. It definitely started with an O, didn't it, guys? Maybe it's not in this room. However, when I was looking before, they, the ones out there, when I look at them, it doesn't give me the name. It just kind of says, red plant, blue plant. Nate got 2, username got 1, oh, username got another one, and Tajay got 1. Nice. Oh, getting some sleep therapy. Oh, well, thank you so much for the lurk therapy, and thank you all, thank you very, very much for all the subs and bits. You're crazy therapy, but I really appreciate it. Get some good sleep, and thank you for the lurk. All right, now where were we? Yeah, so when I look at these plants, it doesn't actually give me a name. It just says red plants at the bottom. What if I left click on it?
I'd better not. If I start taking every single specimen, I'll be here for days.
Maybe I have to actually take the specimen with the DNA sampler to get the name of it. I'm not sure. Nice, Max. Nice. All right. We did this in the last stream, too. It's this one. There we go. How's that? That sound better? Much better. All right. I'm going to try to take a sample and see if this gives me the name.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Okay, now, can I look at that plant name now?
It's the DNA sampler Dr. Chigwa gave me. I need to take samples from plants I think Regis hid the rest of his message in.
No, it still doesn't give me the name. Okay, there's something I'm missing here. Or maybe I have to go in there. Hey, Cool Ace, thanks for the gift sub. I'm just lurking. It's kind of funny. I'm very intense, never call out lurkers. I never actually even look at the list of users that are watching, but I never call out lurkers. Because lurking's awesome, and I do it a lot too. I totally understand just kind of watching in the background and enjoying. It's not talkative, nothing wrong with that. But gift subs, it doesn't always call people out though. I think this is how it works. You can either gift sub to someone directly, or if you give a gift sub kind of like anonymously or to a group, it tries to give it to people in the channel first, and if everybody in the channel has a sub, then it gives it to followers. If all the followers have a sub, then it gives it to strangers that have never even seen the stream. I don't think we've ever had that before, but that's kind of cool. All right, imagine, have you guys ever gotten a sub for a channel you've never been to? I try to be very friendly. I try to make this place welcoming to everybody. How am I supposed to sleep with these techno vibes? Let me try to find some quieter music. The new song from John Cadia, gift sub. I actually forgot I was still auto-tuned. That makes it sound interesting. Let's see. I could try to load this into the machine. Maybe it's going to tell me the name then. Which, that's really annoying having to sample each plant to get the name and bring it back here, but maybe that's what we have to do. Sample A. It didn't tell me the name. Okay, I still don't know what that plant was called.
Looks like Regis did.
Alright. There's got to be a way to find more of these plant names. Oh, I never even looked at these red flower ones. It's a great song. You have gotten a sub from channels you've never seen. Yeah, I think when that happens, Cool Ace, it's like they basically have so many subs in that channel, like more than followers. They start to give it to random people, which is crazy. That still didn't give me the name.
Better not. If I...
Can we go up there? It looks like there's a ladder. I don't think I can. Oh, and that can happen too. I've done that for sure, Max. When I'm lurking and the raids just take me from place to place. I'm gonna ask her one more time to verify that name. But oh, that's funny. When I talk to her, she comes to me.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
I don't go to her.
Make it quick, I'm busy.
That's kind of weird. Any other samples?
Have you found asm? There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and...
It's in the growth lab.
And
Orchidaceae.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if...
Isotra. Here's the production lab. And here's the seed bank. What's the growth lab? Is this the growth lab too? I don't know. They don't specifically call it growth lab. Seed bank. That might be it.
The way out.
Let me try one more time. This might be the growth lab.
Warning. Security clearance not valid for
That is the
access
growth
to
lab.
the growth lab.
Okay.
Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for...
So that's confusing. She wants me to get a sample from this plant, but she won't let me into the growth lab. How about you go get me the sample? If you're not going to let me do it. You know what I think we have to do first? We probably have to cure the guy, and then that'll help us get in there. That's my guess. So before we can do that, you know what? We probably need to try our wetware on some stuff.
It's only compatible with the sampler tool.
How about the airlock? Maybe we can hack our way in there. Oh, there we go.
Warning. Security clearance not...
Come on.
New security profile created.
Nice.
Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Lau.
That was easy.
Thanks.
I think we're back to normal now. Boom. That was easier than I thought. She just told us she doesn't want us going in there. We went in there in a place that she could see us. She didn't stop us. Oh, you got a gift sub to 2 big Age of Empires streams one day, and you got paranoid at being a streamed game. That would have been exciting though, Cantel. Need auto-tune Chefy. I think I could auto-tune it. It would be weird though. I'd have to have a speaker going through the microphone and then use the auto-tuning software. It's possible. It'd be tricky. There's a first aid kit in here?
Better to have it and not need it, I guess.
So are we gonna jack it?
This could be useful. Looks like a lot of cartridges for the injector.
Oh, we're gonna need this for that guy. Oh, which one was it? I think I need to talk to her again. She told me what he needed, but I forgot the name of it. Let's go ask her. You've woken up in some odd channels before? It's super fun. She's like, well, where the hell am I? It's a bummer when you end up in purgatory because people didn't raid. They just ended their stream. You should always raid. Doesn't matter how big or small you are.
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Okay, so let's ask her how to fix an Easter.
I need to ask, how do I...
Well, it's essentially wet. This then...
I can't wait.
Find a way to... If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase. It's an...
I need to ask, how do...
Well, it's a... This...
I can't...
Find a... If we... It's an...
Didn't mean to click that twice. Okay, so that...
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you...
That's the one I thought it was. Oh, that was earlier when we had the EpiPen chat? Oh, you remember Oh, that was the previous puzzle. That's right. That is a very long word. Yeah, I'm not going to try to say that. Let me try.
Looks like...
Hydroxypyruvate isomerase. All right? That's the one we need. Okay, so it looks like it's already loaded, I think. Yep, it's already loaded with it. Okay, so we have to go give that to the guy. What else is in here? There's pipes?
They've got these pipes everywhere.
Just say hi, Hydro. That goes back to the production lab. This goes into the growth lab. So there's also a plant we need in here.
They're pretty serious about preventing contamination.
We say that as we go in there and contaminate it, right? Oh no, do you guys remember the name of the plant? It started with an O. One of the specimens in a specialized growth center. They're not labeled? Oh, control panel. Here we go. Okay, growth chamber A is that one. Growth chamber B is that one. Neither one of those are the right one. It sounded kind of like Orchid. Yeah, Tuesday. But those both started with an A. John suddenly regrets all the dialogue skip. I could have used it now, right? It definitely wasn't these two, though. These both start with an A. Idoxe penans and Idoxe hispidus. Oh, there's a ladder. Okay, there's more. Phew. I was gonna say, I'm confused. What did we miss? Oh, that's cool. I like that scene. Alright, let's check these control panels over here. This is it. Icardorsia isotera. That's chamber A. So let's go ahead. I'm guessing this is A on the side. We're going to take the DNA sampler. Yoink that.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
So we have a couple things we can do right now. We can try to finish this puzzle, or we can wake up the guy. I think I want to do the plant thing first. Some of those words that we did on the TLAB a long time ago, oh my gosh, those weren't words.
Warning, copyright breach in progress.
Well, what?
Excuse me?
You are not authorized to remove Orchidaceae isotria samples from the growth lab.
Oh crap.
They are copyrighted property of Typho Labs GmbH. Beginning purge.
Oh no!
Hey, my sample! What
That's
did
no
you
good.
do?
To prevent theft of intellectual property,
I'm getting a copyright
gene
strike.
sequences in your possession have been neutralized. Have a nice day.
Gee, thanks.
Dang. Man, I'm gonna get Dr. Disrespect all of a sudden. Alright, so maybe we have to get the other guy to do it. They won't let me do it, they'll let someone else do it. I actually don't think it was a copyright thing with Dr. Disrespect. I don't know what happened there. Alright, so let's go ahead and inject this guy with this. Do you have time to talk about this thing called DMCA? You know, it's so funny. Twitch has definitely been getting more onto muting my streams. Like, certain songs that didn't get muted before are getting muted, even though I only typically play video game music. So you know what that means. I basically need to hire therapy to create tons of music for the stream so that we never have that problem anymore. That makes sense. Yeah, it's weird. It's interesting. It's like some kind of time-sensitive thing. I've heard people say, like, it'll all be resolved in like a month or two. DMCA. All right, let's inject this guy. Wake up.
When do you offer a mechanical holiday?
Really? How interesting.
Beached questions, you injector.
Say that again?
Overpass, did you stick me with an injector? Now I'll have to get my aphasia rechecked. Not cool, man.
Okay, he's starting to wake up. He's starting to wake up. Hey, young man, your stream is getting banned.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Now we can talk to him. Who are you?
I'm CS Dr. Lau. I've been tasked with this investigation.
Martin Easter. I've been tasked with the factoring lab.
You work with Dr. Chikwa?
I work for Chikwa. I'm just the intern. Means I get stuck with all the lousy jobs she won't do.
I understand. I was an intern once.
So, what's CS? You a detective?
Case specialist.
Kind of.
So, yes, I guess you could say that.
Cool.
What happened here?
I'd like to hear from you what happened.
So, we came in this afternoon for the late shift, right? I checked on the factoring line, and it turns out the specimens are nuked up.
In what sense?
They don't match the catalog in them. Not that they're supposed to be. I figured Baxter nuked it up again, so I checked the feed.
That's when you found the body?
Yeah, but the Chikwa won't let me get a look. Told me to get back to work what she called CEL. Hey, can I get a look at the body with you?
I'm afraid not. Official procedure stuff.
Bummer.
Oh, he works here, and he can't even get in there. Okay. Well, see, there was a streamer who got asked about Dr. Disrespect, and he said some vague stuff and then made a face that looked like he was worried he revealed too much. Oh, that's scary, isn't it? I think it was Tim the Tatman that did that, Max. Aphasia.
Why'd you go and give yourself aphasia?
Not just that. There are loads of syndromes. It's maladies, man.
Aren't diseases like that dangerous, though?
It's not permanent, man. We ain't stupid. What wear nodes in the body create the symptoms of things we want, which you went and broke. Gee, thanks.
Sorry about that. In any case, they're temporary then.
Exactly.
I mean, that's not really much different than getting high or getting drunk, is it? You're pretty much using chemicals to alter your body. However, these things seem to last like a week. That seems pretty intense. What's the appeal of maladism?
I still don't get it. What's the hook for maladism?
Man, you old folk never get things like MD.
Like me.
Old?
Most of these syndromes are diseases that are completely curable. They just don't happen anymore. Society says no to them.
So it's countercultural? An act of rebellion?
Exactly. Diseases like that make the establishment uncomfortable.
Ooh.
They don't want it to be a part of their society. But we show them they can't ever get rid of it completely.
You're rubbing their faces in it then.
And in another way, it's kind of retro. Illnesses like that are what shape society. The Black Death made Europe what it is.
Gotta appreciate the classics.
For a lot of us, it's also about who's hardest. Posers go for little things like botulism or influenza.
Easy stuff.
But you know someone's got real nodes on them if they can stand a month with HIV.
Jeez. I mean, based on when this game was created, it didn't exist. But man, I wonder if COVID-19 is one of these fun maladism kicks, you know? So what other diseases have you tried?
So, what other diseases have you tried?
Loads of them. Parkinson's, syphilis, tuberculosis.
Why?
Last month, it was Hansen's disease.
Wait, leprosy?
Yeah, if you're a Zift, Hansen's is the real name.
Sounds like quite a selection.
That's why I came to study in Newton. Eurofed's just starting to get into MD culture, even talking about banning it. Newton's where it's at for it. You guys are a lot cooler about what you let people do.
On an individual basis, certainly. That's pretty much the founding philosophy here.
Now, I can understand, you know, when you, like, take a drug to feel different or whatever, but this is just getting sick, you know? I don't think any of these have beneficial side effects. It just makes you feel terrible, right? It almost seems like a publicity stunt in a really weird way, but it's definitely not, because Twitch also removed all of the subs. Like, they're actively giving away money. Hey, funny thing, how's it going? You missed a bit. You missed a bit. We were actually looking for you earlier because we were talking to somebody that was stuck in this, like, in the computer realm, and there was like a virus, like a Chinese Trojan that was trying to, like, I guess, spew China propaganda at them. And on the wall was something written in Chinese, and we're like, where's funny thing? I don't know what it says. It's good to see you. Welcome back. So what do you remember? You've pretty much missed... You were probably caught up to last stream, right, funny thing? So the other character we were playing, Regis, he's basically gone rogue, and he's trying to find the guy that killed his wife, you know, who's apparently not actually under control, like, you know, being a good guy anymore after they did the lobotomy or whatever to him. So he's chasing him down. We're trying to prove he's innocent, but there's also a dead body here, and we're trying to find out what really happened. Apparently he left us like a hidden message. We're trying to get samples from plant DNA, put it together to see what the message is. So let's ask him about DNA samples.
Dr. Chigwa tells me that some of the specimens have been tampered.
Oh yeah, I found one of those. Man, couldn't they have just killed the guy without messing up my work?
I need to find it. Which specimen was it?
Oh, a Corsae Brasileiro. When I found it, I just thought Baxter was nuking it up again.
What did you do with it?
I just sent it back to the specimen lab. Should be there in the sample store.
Oh, that's a really good point, Tuesday. Getting diseases could actually improve your immune system to other things, right? Okay, one thing that is terribly frightening. One of my wife's coworkers, like brothers or sisters or something, got COVID a while back, like kind of around the time it was first kind of getting noticed, like in March or April. They still don't have their sense of taste or smell. And it's been months. Like, they've been healed, they've been tested negative. They still can't taste anything. And I've also heard of some people that get it, their lung capacity has changed. Like, you just, even though you get over it, you feel fine, you know, it's almost like you have a really bad asthma or something. You never had problems with breathing before, but now all of a sudden your lungs are weaker. And that's the scariest thing. I'm never scared about getting a cold or getting the flu or anything, because when you're done with it, you're done with it, right? But imagine like the permanent consequences. That's really scary. Spider Monkey! What is going on, Spider Monkey? What's up, dude? Hold on real quick. Give you a quick shout out here. How's it going, dude? What were you playing, man? Wrong. I didn't type enough.
Rage.
Right there it is. There's the rage. There we go. Spirit. If you check out Spirit's stream, they are streaming no game. There we go. Sea of Thieves. Nice. How was Sea of Thieves, dude? Were you playing with your girls or anything, or how did it go? And Kate, what's up, Kate? I bet you were playing with Kate. Were you playing some Sea of Thieves as well? That's awesome. It went great. That game looks really cool. Oh, you were playing with your daughter. Nice. It sounds like a good game, that no game. Honestly, you could probably search on Steam right now and find a game just called No Game. Oh, and maybe somebody already did it. I might have missed because I was AFK for a moment, but really fast. Let me give OJ a shout out as well. You're working on Star Ocean, the second story. Is that a PS2 game? I want to say that's a PS2 game. I've never played it, but I used to work at a Blockbuster, so I'm, you know, an expert on all things gaming, but I can almost picture the cover art. I never played a Star Ocean game, though. They're kind of like JRPGs, right? T-H-E, no game. You've only played Till the End of Time. Oh, is that another Star Ocean game? Wait, you can't find no game, but there's no game. That's close enough. That's close enough. You got 12 pirate skeleton captains and 21 chests turned in. Dang! That sounds like you got a lot done. Nice, Spider. So, are you finding the more time you put into it, it's still worth playing? I always wonder with those kind of never-ending games, how long does it really keep your attention, you know? Oh, and OJ, you were saying that the olfactory bulb, your small receptor, this is for smelling and stuff, right? Is not your smell receptor, not small receptor, is a route for entry since it has receptors the disease latches to. Oh, that's so scary. Imagine losing that permanently. It is for PS1. Oh, I forgot that series started on PS1. But you were playing the remake for the voice acting. What is the remake on? Is it on PS4, Xbox One, PC, or is this like a remake that was on PS3 or something? Oh, and they keep the game updated every month? I mean, they got to. Kind of like a Fortnite kind of thing. Just got to keep it up to date and keep it changing to keep people interested. That's cool. Okay, we can't get O out of the growth lab. So yeah, we were trying to steal. So right now we're trying to steal some plant genes, everybody, to basically find a hidden message. But there's something that's blocking us from stealing it. So we got to get some help.
I need to remove the Orchidaceae isotria sample from the growth room. Thing is, the airlock told me it was copyrighted, then blasted me with gas.
Yeah, that one belongs to Tifa. They're way touchy about it. Only lab staff are able to remove it for fact.
Like him.
Could you get the sample for me?
Hey, no way, man.
What?
I'm already on 2 strikes for taking stuff out of the lab.
So you could, but you won't.
Sorry, man. Jake already thinks I'm stealing stuff. There's a huge street market for things like spark fruit or cracked wetware.
Okay, so he's not going to help us. Oh, you're doing it on PSP, OJ. Nice. But it's also on PS3 and PS4. Curious, how are you streaming from PSP? Are you using emulators, or do you have like the video output for your PSP and you're playing it that way? Or do you have a PlayStation TV? I think like 3 people bought one. Were you one of them? I never got one. I remember when they were like $10 or $20 a pop. I should have bought one then, but I still didn't. Yeah, this guy is a maladist.
This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
I wish this had coffee. Just water. Just water. And this guy is a maladist, aka he gives himself outdated diseases to be cool. But he won't steal stuff for us. Story of my life, John. I know. How was your iced coffee, by the way, yesterday, Nate? I remember you mentioned getting it, but I don't remember if I heard how delicious it was. But you do have the PlayStation TV. You were one of the 3. Nice. So yeah, this game's going really well, Spider. It's definitely similar quality to like Blackwell and Unavowed. Okay, how do you get these diseases?
How do young people go about getting sick these days?
It's a lot harder, but that shows it's a choice.
Yeah.
We use wetware to create symptoms, like the aphasia. The wetware I had for that was programmed to lodge in the Broca and Wernicke regions of the brain.
So it's not really Broca's aphasia.
Same symptoms, though.
You'd buy wetware nodes from shops?
Nah, find hobby GG programmers through the Trance. They're always looking
GG.
to sell. It's like a contest. They're always releasing new syndromes, competing with each other. You looking to get into it?
Not really my scene, thanks.
I know, isn't that so great, Cantel? I feel like I could pick any game in their lineup, and it's going to be a good one. Oh, that was you, because you're actually having coffee, Max. That's awesome. And it was good, Nate? Nice. Now, was it just like coffee, cream, sugar, or did you do any kind of like chocolate or caramel or anything special like that? Now, let's ask about Dr. Chigwa.
What do you think of Dr. Chigwa?
She's a hard ass, but she knows what she's doing. Kinda thinks she feels wasted working here.
Sounds like she seems really bored, right? Dr. Baxter. This is the guy that died.
What can you tell me about Dr. Baxter?
Not much. He only started here a couple of weeks ago. Chico dropped him in the specimen lab and kinda left him here.
She neglected him?
Nah, he just barely left. Could have been a workaholic, but I think he just couldn't focus on anything else.
Did he ever talk about his past with you?
Man, he didn't even talk to me, period, about anything.
I love this guy's voice actor. Oh, it was from McDonald's. I've never tried McDonald's coffee, but I've always heard good things. And it's like half the price of Starbucks, you know? So what did you think of Baxter, even though you only knew him for a couple of weeks?
What's your personal opinion of Dr. Baxter?
He didn't talk much. One yoked up guy. Chico told me he'd been released from jail. Looked like he had a governor in his head.
That's correct. It affected his behavior?
Dude, that's an understatement. That Malkin was like a zombie. One time, I dropped the whole sample tray in his lab. Anyone else would have yelled at me. He started to get mad, then looked just about ready to puke.
Dang.
The governor inhibited violent thought. He'd been serving a murder sentence.
Oh, no way. Who'd he whack?
That's confidential.
Man, that's unfair. They're at teens.
Hey, you want confidential information, you gotta get us that sample. About that sample.
Remind me, what was that specimen you found?
Jeez, what are you, senile? It was a Cordyceps brasiliera.
Wait, let me hear that again.
Remind me, what was that specimen you found?
Jeez, it was a Cordyceps brasiliera.
Okay, I think that might be another one that we need to get data from.
All right, I'll let you get back to your job.
Whatever.
Aquariera brasiliera. I think that's how it was. Some of the best stuff other than local shops. And Tim Hortons is mediocre now. I've never had them. I don't think we have them where I'm at. Starbucks is better, but still not the best. And Mickey D's is the best fast food coffee. Unfortunately, I haven't been to a local coffee shop in a long time. We typically get Starbucks. There used to be a couple that I like to go to, but they've closed down now. And with everything going on right now, I just kind of like going to Starbucks for the drive-thru alone, you know? Okay, so we didn't get any hints about how to get that out. Maybe we can ask the other doctor about that. Oh, is it Canada only? There's a few locations in the northern states, but that's it. That makes sense. The most north I've been is Massachusetts,
Excuse me, Dr.
actually.
Chigwa?
No.
Make it quick, I'm busy.
That's not true. Long time ago when I was a kid, I went to Michigan. No, she doesn't have any more information.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Okay, so how are we going to get the data sample out of there without getting caught? Maybe we can hack the computers in there. Let's try going back. Maybe we can turn off that system. So we have to go in here again. We have to find a computer first, right? Some kind of security system. Oh, no, no, no. Hold up, hold up. I think I saw it. I didn't think about this before. There's pipes right here. And we can look at them.
They've got these pipes everywhere.
This is where that stuff was coming from that destroyed our sample, right?
Nothing happened.
Oh, man. I was going to say, what if we could just basically turn it off or block it somehow? You would think that would help. I can't... Oh, UV lighting. You stare to the UV lighting. Unsurprisingly, it makes your eyes hurt.
Not in this case.
I think it's going to have something to do with the pipes. But before we go, can I hack any of this stuff?
Wetware's not going to connect.
Can't connect with the gate. Probably can't connect with the pipes.
Wetware's not.
Okay, hopefully there's something in here. I'm not sure what we can do with the pipes, though. Oh, there's more over here.
I don't know what's in them, but they look important.
Maybe we can turn all of them.
I don't know. Oops.
Oh, maybe that'll stop it. If everything's coming out there, it can't reach the other side, right? So let's try to get our sample and leave again. It was this one right here, I believe. So let's take our DNA sampler, grab this.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
And book it upstairs. You know, we joke a lot about me getting banned on stream. I wonder if that will ever happen. Like something totally... I'm sure nothing would be on purpose, but I wonder if I'll ever do something that gets taken so out of context, I get banned.
Warning, copyright breach in progress.
Excuse me?
You are not authorized to remove
Hopefully it can't get me.
Orchidaceae isotria samples from the growth lab. They are copyrighted property of Typho Labs GmbH. Beginning purge.
Hey, my sample!
Ah, it still got us. That
What
was
did
good
you do?
To prevent theft of intellect gene sequences, have a nice day.
Gee.
Okay, so that still got me, but now that I turned that other pipe off, what about this one?
Nothing happened.
Okay, so something to do with that other pipe. I'm definitely not planning on doing something. I don't want to be banned. That'd be terrible. If anything, it might be a troll. Possible copyright violation? Yeah, I'm making more steps to try to avoid that stuff. But you never know. I feel like I need to, like, put something in these holes of these pipes to try to block it.
That's not.
Not that I really have much. Taser it.
That's not. I don't think I can fix it. Not my field.
Oh wow, it's just straight up broken. Ooh, are you plotting your vanishing plan in case CIA relocate you to a new undercover? I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll find me later on down the line with a variation of John Cadia, because I had to change identities. Okay, so we can't turn that off. Maybe I missed something down here. CIA confirmed. There's an empty growth cylinder. Do we need this?
There's nothing in here.
I can't interact with that one over there. I can't interact with those pipes. I think that's it, guys. Wait a second, could I take the genes and then inject it into the injector? Maybe it'd be more safe that way. I almost feel like I need something to contain it, you know? So the gas doesn't get to it.
I've taken a DNA.
Let's try that. Let's take the DNA sampler and see if we can put it in the injector.
It doesn't have any DNA to sample.
Dang it.
It doesn't.
Yeah, we don't have any way to keep it safe. We need like another way of getting it out of here. It'd be cool if we could toss it in a vent or something. Ooh, wouldn't that be cool, Max? I wish I could clone myself. That would be so useful. I see vents up there. We can't reach them. Oh, could I hide it and leave? I think we'd still detect it, though, when I come back later with it. Can we inject it into the pipes?
That's not.
No. Okay, well, I'm definitely missing something. We'll come back to this.
Warning.
Yes, yes, destroy my sample.
Hey,
Thank
my
you,
sample!
game.
What did you...
Have a nice day. I love how it does that at the end. So I almost want like some kind of container. You know, we looked at this toolbox earlier, but she didn't take anything.
I didn't realize that Gengineering was done with so much tape and wrenches.
Maybe now that we have some new problems, we could take something.
I can't figure out what any of these tools are for.
Not so much. That would be terrifying. I mean, technically, if it's a real clone, they're all the real person, right? Although, from the moment they were cloned, they start to become their own person. They have different experiences and everything. Yeah, now we're trending into some Soma territory. That was such a cool story. I love that game.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I want to ask him this one more. Oh, I guess we can ask him about the burst pipe. Oh, hold on. So, burst pipe, he goes in there to fix it. We take the sample, we hide it in his pocket, he walks out with it, totally fine, then we can steal it again.
Hey, the pipes in the growth lab are leaking.
Ah, you get again? Better go fix it before Chiqua starts yelling.
Let's try that. Of course, brilliant idea in my mind. It sounds like it'll work. Probably not. It's got a really interesting story, Max. It's kind of creepy. I don't know if you like spooky games or not. It's not survival horror, though. It's kind of a narrative-driven, kind of walking simulator kind of game, with some moments that you can die, so you gotta be careful. But it's much more of a puzzle game. It just has a really cool existential kind of story. Makes you think about a lot of things.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Yeah, I streamed it a while back, even though I had already played it myself, because I enjoyed it so much, I wanted to share it with all of you guys. I think we did it around Halloween time. Okay, so I'm going to try to hide this on him. Oh no, I should put it in his toolbox. I didn't want to extract a sample of him.
You better not lose it.
Brilliant. I think we got it. Oh, the storm has slowed down, Skywalker. That's good to hear. Now it's just going to be disgusting weather throughout the night. And it's expected to get stronger, but thankfully it's still moving to the east, so you won't get in the eye. Well, if you get in the eye, isn't that where it's like the calmest? I guess like just right around the eye is probably the worst. You always hear the term eye of the storm, where it's like nice and tranquil, and then bad again. Okay, so let's grab the sample. There we go. And now let's take it to that scanner. That's scary, man. I never get any fun storms around here. I say fun. It's fun for me because I never see them. If I had to deal with them and property damage and all that, it wouldn't be so much fun.
Aha! Got some.
According to this, he's been dead flawless. Well case. Good luck.
Ooh, I could hear a little bit more there. It's still incomplete, but I could hear a bit more.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get any sense out of it.
Okay, what's the last clue?
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidacea isotria in the growth lab, and...
We already got that one.
And?
I can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had blue flowers, spiny toxic leaves, and produced large round fruit.
We already did that one too. I know, not quite flawless. It was a victory.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if...
Okay, so we've done those two. So I think the last one is actually a clue that the guy in here gave us. So the direct middle is the calm part, but the inner wall of the eye is where the real nasty weather is. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, if you lived in South Florida, the storm wouldn't bother you. They get hit all the time. I've gone to Florida many times for work, and yeah, I never was there for a storm, but it's so crazy. It can be the most beautiful, warm, sun-shining day, you know? 10 minutes later, torrential downpour. Just the worst rain I've ever seen. 10 minutes after that, bright sunshine again. We don't get that in California at all. So you only get things, or you only got things just in case the power goes out. We're not boarding up and stuff like that. You only do that for categories 3 through 5. As long as you got flashlights and stuff, then hopefully you guys will be good. Oh, and what about ice chests? In case your power's out for a long time, do you guys have a way to keep your food from spoiling? Because that would suck. And username, when you were in the US for the first time, like 14 years ago, there's a tornado getting close to us. You were visiting relatives, and there were 3 elderly people that you had to get down to the basement. By the time we all got down there, the storm had passed. By the time we got up again, dinner was ready. That sounds like an exciting day, username. I've never been anywhere near a tornado. After watching a few movies and things, oh, that sounds terrible.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Have you guys all seen, what was that movie, Twister? Back in like the late 90s? Okay, so he gives us a name. I forgot all about it.
Remind me, what was that specimen you found?
Jeez, what are you, senile? It was a Cordyceps brasiliera.
A Cordyceps brasiliera. Okay.
All right, I'll let you get back to your job.
Let's go do that.
Whatever.
I think it's going to be in here. A Cordyceps brasiliera. So let's check the catalog. I'm just scanning the names. Here it is. A Cordyceps brasiliera. Yoink. So we finally did get Relentless, that plant gene that we needed that kept getting destroyed. We basically had to break a pipe, send the intern to go fix it, and then hide it in his toolbox, because it allows him to move the things out of there. Now I think we're getting the last one. So let's go ahead and grab our DNA sampler. Get a sample here.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
There we go. Tornadoes are the ones that scare you. You've only seen one in Florida, and it was terrifying. Jeez. I mean, you, as like only experiencing it from like, you know, movies and TV and whatnot, I just think of it like picking up cows, destroying homes. I'm sure most of them don't do that. That's just what the media makes them all look like, you know? Alright, hopefully this is the right one.
It worked.
Holding to this. He's been dead for 12 case. Good luck.
Ooh, I heard he's already dead. 12 case. Baxter, good luck.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get any sense out of it.
God, there's another one. And good luck at the very end, yeah. God, there's one more clue. I don't know that anybody's told us anything of what we could possibly look for. Can we hack this drone? I didn't even think about that.
Better not. It might tell the lab director.
Oh, okay. Regular storms spook you, though? I'd be hopeless in a tornado. Well, I mean, if you lived in a place with a tornado, hopefully you'd have like a storm shelter that you'd be pretty safe in, but still, I'd be terrified of getting my house destroyed, you know? Honestly, even when we get a lot of rain, I worry about stuff around the house. Like, you don't want any flooding or anything like that. It's so rare that we get rain, I just kind of like, probably overly freak out a little bit.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
I don't think she knows any other samples, but now that we've done everything else, maybe she'll give us another hint.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a there was a batch of orchidaceae
Heard
I
that.
sowed.
And
I do remember that it's spiny, toxic leaf and produced.
Now we did those. Okay.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you look.
So she's not giving us any hints.
better not.
I almost want to get data from a body. Like, you can try to get data from a body, DNA data, but it doesn't let you. It's an error message. You get rain almost every day. Florida weather is the definition of bipolar. That's what I noticed when I was there, Skywalker. I had flown into Orlando, and it just seems like they happen randomly. Like, it could be super clear, and then boom. When you get rain in California, you know it's coming days in advance. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab... Oh, can we use... See, if I try to use the DNA sampler on him, it'll give me an error message. It tries to, and the sampler has not been calibrated for animal DNA recovery. Does that mean I can recalibrate it? I can't interface that with it.
According to this, he's been dead for 12 case. Good luck.
Oh, we're getting so close.
I'm going to need to find... I can't inject...
I mean, we can look at the seed bank. I don't think there's any kind of clues in these descriptions, though. We did read through all of them. But there might be a clue that lets me know, like, oh, this makes sense for Regis to hide something, you know? Let's see, they were complaining England was too rainy, so they wanted to move to Florida for it to always be sunny. I was like, don't they get hurricanes? And then bam, trauma. Oh no, can't tell. Yeah, I've heard England rains all the time. Seattle, like Washington, the upper western U.S., rains all the time there too. I mean, the nice thing about rain all the time, everything is green and lush. So that's kind of cool. What else might be a clue here? I think it may be something to do with a tree. Remember that tree that he worked on? There's cabbage. Convenience food. There was one of these I thought was kind of interesting. High quality timber. That's probably not it either. This one's an eco-hazard. Comes from comets. Yeah, let's try that. Why not? I did see alligators off the freeway, just driving down the roads in Florida. Never got up close to one, but I did see one on the freeway. I also got to eat alligator when I was in Florida. They were served kind of like, almost like chicken strips, the way they had fried it and everything. It was really good. It did taste a little bit like chicken. You know that common joke, everything tastes like chicken. They'll try to get an easy meal if you're fishing. Do you mean the human or the fish?
Huh. It won't let me take a sample from this one. I guess it needs to have grown a bit first.
Oh, I guess I can't just get all of them. Yeah, see, I feel like I'm just grasping at straws here. Let me look for some more clues real quick.
Dang, don't touch the valve. Who do you think Dr. Chigwa makes fix them when they burst?
All right, I won't touch them.
Just going around messing with everything.
I never thought gengineering would be so industrial. It's like a factory line.
Oh, they go after the fish. That's good. They don't go after the fisherman.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
See, we've already gotten all of his clues, too.
All right.
So I don't think I have to talk to either one of them. I'm just missing something here, guys. Actually, does this game give you a lifeline? I feel like we might be able to call
Lau,
Central.
Please continue your investigation of the murder of Dr. Baxter. Your involvement has been requested by the highest levels of civil government. Please find data relevant to the case on your secure system at CEL headquarters.
Okay, that's not going to help us. I was thinking like if I had like a built-in hint system just to kind of push you towards the next clue. So if you don't bother them, they stay away. You went fishing the other day and you saw one that had to be 400 pounds. Oh my gosh. That's huge. That would be terrifying. How about armadillos? I also saw armadillos when I was in Florida. I thought that was really cool. I don't have those locally.
Update Central.
What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I
Guess
hope
no
I can find
clues there.
something to get...
You've actually never seen one in person. I wonder if where I was just at a place where there's a lot of armadillos. That's funny. You did see a rabbit? Yeah, I've seen a lot of rabbits. We do have those here in California. And deer. And mountain lions. I'm pretty sure this guy is dead. Really, really, really dead. I mean, I could brute force this, which I might need to. But I don't want to, you know? But we can brute force 3 at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just grab these top 3. It's still going to take a while, though. I'd have to grab 3, go back, test them. God, did I miss like a... Wait, what the heck is this?
What is this stuff? Better trance up some data on it.
Where did this come from? Oh, this was that alien thing I grabbed. It's the only known example of extraterrestrial life, X. Tizardi was first discovered on Tizardi's comet in 2055 by the ART-3 survey probe mission. Similar in many respects to the terrestrial fungi, this is believed by some to be an example of convergent evolution, and panspermia by others. In any case, its extremely rapid growth in Earth's atmosphere poses several ecological risks. While it is highly sought after for study, samples are closely controlled, posing an obstacle to research. To prevent accidental germination, this organism is stored as a growth matrix, growing only in carefully controlled laboratory environments. This helps reduce the risk of what some have termed the most mundane alien invasion imaginable. I love that.
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
Oh, I thought you said you want to connect it with your wetware. What'd she say again?
What is this stuff? Better trance up some data on it.
Oh, trance. Okay. Do we don't even have the option to trance, do we? Like the other character could just go into the trance mode anytime we wanted. Oh, you seen a panther across the streets. Oh, those are cool. Spider, I love connecting my wetware. Oh yeah, this game has a lot of wetware jokes.
Top of the line and pricey stuff, but I claim it as a work expense.
Yeah, we don't have like the option just to go into the trance mode, do we? I mean, here's our computer stuff. We have 2 phone calls we can make. Let's try calling Regis again. Hey Regis, which plant is it?
No answer.
I love that it's a classic dial tone kind of thing.
The growth matrix won't start in that.
Oh, maybe I'm supposed to grow this thing first. Oh, there was an empty one in that other room, remember? So we have to grow this. Are we going to destroy the universe? So we have to grow this weird alien fungi thing. Probably get him to go fix the pipe again, and then smuggle it out. And then test it. I mean, I don't know why the alien one, but we have it. Why not? Like, I don't see what the clue is. I just kind of picked the comet one because I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah, dang it, Regis, pick up. I mean, he's hiding from us because Regis is kind of on the run. But we want to prove that he's okay. Okay, so we're going to put this in this empty growth cylinder.
There, I've planted the growth matrix. Let's hope I got Mom's green fingers.
Yeah, I think your green fingers have nothing to do with it. These things are specially made to do that, and apparently this alien fungus likes to grow quick. So let's break the pipes again. Some extraterrestrial kombucha. I've never had kombucha. Do you guys drink kombucha? I mean, that'd be something else, Skywalker. Honestly, streaming full-time scares the crap out of me. I mean, I'm nowhere near that. You'd have to be making a lot of money and have sponsorships and all that kind of stuff to do that thing. You'd have to have your hands in different pockets besides just Twitch to truly do it full-time. But the big thing I think about is there's so many factors you don't really consider. 401k, health insurance, different things like that my full-time job gives me. That'd be very tough to replace rather than just the wages. And even then, like, it fluctuates so much, you know? Like, I feel scared for some streamers in that, like, me doing this as a hobby, I can kind of play whatever I want. I would never play this game to get popular, you know? That would be suicide. But somebody that just plays Fortnite all the time, anytime they take a break from that, their numbers can drop tremendously. That'd be like taking a week off of work and not getting paid for it, you know? Ooh, when I win the lotto, I will hire sponsor John Stream. There we go. I'm gonna buy some full-time streams. It'd be tricky, but it's possible. Okay. So, what are we doing again? Okay, so we broke the pipe. Now we have to go tell him the pipe's broken, and then smuggle it out again. It would just be so cool to have a ton of people in here. I mean, the chat would unfortunately suffer. I wouldn't be able to keep up with you guys like I can now, but it would just be awesome to, like, kind of show off games that a lot of people don't know about. You know, that's kind of one of my favorite things to do. It's like, let's play some really interesting, cool games that aren't mainstream, that not everybody knows. Okay, let's go with, oh, we just have to tell him the pipe's broken. That's right.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Pipe bursted again. Actually, before we do that, let's ask about that xenofungus. He might scare us about it.
I think there might be a problem in the growth lab. I kinda, sorta planted that xenofungus from the growth matrix.
Oh, awesome. That stuff is hella toxic. Nukes nerve tissue up like nothing else.
You sound strangely upbeat about environmental catastrophes.
Nah, man, it's cool. This shit happens all the time. Management gives us time off whenever they run Beacon.
See, that would be amazing. Imagine having Big Daddy IPA as the official sponsor of John Cadia. You'll also have me dress up. Now it's like just throwing money at me. Dance, monkey, dance. I know, I did forget who I'm talking to. He would love this kind of thing, right? I thought we were just going to ask him a question about, like, what's up with the alien thing? No, instead we just confessed that what we did. Okay, so we'll tell him about the burst pipe.
Hey, the pipes in the growth lab are leaking.
Ah, you'll get again? Better go fix it before Chihuahua starts yelling.
I love how he rolls his eyes all the time. I like that that little animation screen. They did a really good job with the faces and the close-ups. Of course, because of the pixel count, at this distance, they kind of look like black, soulless monsters, kind of like Coraline, with like the big button eyes. But that's okay. Okay, let's go down and get that sample. Hopefully it's had long enough. I assume so. Oh my gosh! Look at that. Yeah, it had time to grow. This thing's gonna wreck the place. I'm getting some Last of Us vibes here, guys. Let's take the DNA sampler. Grab a sample
I've
of the
taken a DNA sample from it.
invasive
I hope
alien
it doesn't grow in my
fungus.
pocket.
Yeah, well, you better go quick. Alright, let's go hide this in his toolbox. And of course, as soon as we hide it, he miraculously finishes his job right then. Now, Spider, what's the
Better
next
not lose it.
single-player game you're going to play now that you finished Black Sad? Now we have to go steal it again. Clever, clever puzzle though. I like it. the opposite, White Happy. That should be the sequel, or maybe DLC chapter. This has got to be the last one, right? Why else would they let you do all these steps? I don't understand the correlation between the clues that Regis was giving me and the alien comet. Does anybody else know that? I just picked it because it looked funny. It's like, is it alien? What? Where are you going? Did I click on the wrong spot? She went behind the machine. There we go.
Yes!
That was it. All right. I don't know why.
Lau, if you're listening to this, well, it means they've got me.
Oh no, Regis, no, no, no!
But Lau, ignore anything left in the recording up to this point.
Huh?
Sorry for being so unhelpful with the message, but I had to be sure you were the one who heard it first. Everyone will be saying that I came to the lab to, well, for Baxter, and they might be right. Except that he's been dead since before I got here.
Ooh.
Yes!
We need to touch bases on this case. Meet me where we were both first involved in a case. I'll try to explain when you get here. Good luck.
Oh, thank God. You've got some explaining to do, Regis.
Clever. He doesn't give me a location. Just tells me where to go. Oh, chapter 6. Binary. That's the killer, isn't it? I think that's the bad guy.
What the hell did you think you were doing? We need her alive.
I saw an opportunity for striking back at Regis, a kind of poetic justice.
At Regis? You've never even met the man.
Yes, but
You haven't offloaded Baxter yet, have you?
Yeah, he was the guy in the intro.
There might just be a use for your newfound vendetta. The tap on his partner was successful. She found where Regis is hiding. He's an unfactored element. Now, he needs to be removed from the equation.
don't worry. I'll kill him myself if it comes to it.
There's only so much of the city's resources that can be diverted to this. Find him, finish him, then return for offloading.
Finish him.
Remember, I'm your controller, not Baxter.
Don't be so sure.
So, oh, that's a creepy smile. So we're learning a little bit about who he's working for.
So I got out. I managed to find somewhere to lie low. But I know what Central's capable of. You can only hide from it for so long. Lau had better find that message before an aerostat comes this way. What the hell?
Oh no, is that a grenade? Toss it. Oh no, it's a message. I thought that was a grenade or something. Like, we're dead. Me too, Skywalker. The story in these Wadjet Eye Games and the characters are usually so well done. And that's right, funny thing. I remember I got to watch some of that Alan Wake stream. How are you liking Alan Wake so far, Spider? I forgot that you had never played it before. I loved that game when it first came out. I haven't played it since then, to be honest.
What the hell is this?
What was that, 2008 or something? Message in a bottle. Okay, thermal bottle. It says drink on the side. Brink.
The bottle is some kind of thermal container, about half full of thick liquid. The words "drink me" are stenciled on the side.
Hey, it's like Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I don't know if I want to drink that right now. Let's look around a little bit first.
I guess some things you just have to store physically.
A filing cabinet.
Looks like this guy had a place to keep his vices at work.
Ah, we got a cigarette lighter. Nice. This part of town is so full of disused factories abandoned after an environmental catastrophe a decade earlier. While CEL technically has a mandate to keep it safe, the expense of doing so means that it rarely gets patrolled. Oh gosh, it's about time to go, guys. I think this might be a good stopping point because we're just starting the chapter. We just got this bottle and lighter, I guess. I have not opened up yet, so this is probably the best place to stop, I think. I don't want to get too involved in this mission and then stop in the middle, because we're going to go visit my brother-in-law, Andy's brother, in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and save this. New save. We're on save 8. Apparently we can have 50 saves, so hopefully we don't get past that. There we go. I love those sound effects.